Right, welcome back. We're going to be starting a new run, and we're going to be popping off. So, let's go with... we have even less health. Let's go with Grimoire. Grimoire should be fine. No nickname. We're going to try and go for as many characters as possible. Welcome to Pilgrim's Path, start of a new run. Who do we want? Gargoyle is going to be acceptable if I remember correctly. We also have Sidekick, Sidekick, Power, and Tank. So we now have a front line, we have our main damage dealer. We're going to run around and grab some of our interesting loot. We're going to go to Sir Tiberian. You've heard many stories. I mean, nothing paints us too villainous. Villainous? Nay, you are the heroes, guiding monsters towards worthiness, helping it out across Terra's Day. And that's certainly the idea. In practice, however, history looks a bit different. Don't worry about ancient history. Besides, as fellow void dwellers, we can help each other out. A mystery box. There's 2 pieces of equipment there. How about my fellow void delver? Should we open it up and take one equipment each? You get the first pick. Right. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So, Excelsior. So we also get access to rare loot. So we have a lance or a skull. Lance converts the first element of each attack, each hit, into wild damage +2. So that's exceptionally good. Skull. Whenever this monster applies a debuff to an enemy, 20% chance to apply another debuff. It cannot trigger itself. Power chance 20%. Water generation +1. We have lots of damage here. Damage to enemy applies burn, and apply damage to enemy and steals an enemy ether. And we also have Minimize and Hurricane Punch. So, applies Sidekick to self. So what we're going to go for is Lance. And then we're going to be giving it to the Grimoire. The Grimoire does have a chance to be, can burn enemies. So we're going to go Grimoire here. Nice. We can also talk to Tiberian even more. Persevere, fellow void delver. Every step you take brings you closer to completion of the quest. Right. With that knowledge, we are going to go to the right-hand side first, because the right-hand side allows us to this. Oh! This must be the elemental challenge. They say that it's up to the gods themselves whether one may pass it unscathed. We can let Grimoire or Gargoyle to take a chance. 50% chance to succeed, and they have a chance of getting EXP and worthiness. So let's go Grimoire. Grimoire successfully passed. And now it gains additional worthiness and EXP, which will expedite our fight quite rapidly. We have access to Earth, that's fine. I think this is going to be okay. I think the only thing we're missing now is a little bit of Earth and water, fire and water. But if I remember correctly, we have Wild type from Grimoire and Earth Wind from Gargoyle. So we just need Fire Water as anticipated. Fire Water attack though is available for us, so we're going to go for the Scout here. Or do we? If we can go for the Swipe Earth, that would be even better. Shields all allies for 4, apply temporary power to all allies. If we go for the basic attack, we can actually mitigate a little bit more than that. And now we're able to get the swipe, so we can actually steal the ether and also break you, so you get a stagger. Big damage there. We do take a bit of damage. But what we are able to do is shield yourself for 6. You're gonna hurt a friend. I don't really want you to hurt me, but we also don't really have too much of a choice. I'm gonna go for the swipe there. First hit was the lance attack, and then we're gonna go for Hurricane Punch, which will take out this guy. Big damage, 15 damage in total. Unfortunately, Grimoire is taking a beating. It's only taking 2 corruption damage, which is quite important. So it's not too bad, despite what it makes out to be. There's Stagger, here comes the basic attack, and then we are able to finish it up. What we desperately lacked last time was area of effect attacks. So if we see any area of effect attacks on these guys, we're definitely going to take it. That'll help speed up everything. Poise purging. Whenever this monster purges or steals ether, breaks 1 poise of the same element. Oh, how did the ethers work? So ether is basically effectively the resource generation that you are able to gain each turn. At the start of each turn, you have a generate randomly between your monsters. But it depends on what actions that you have. So it's a semi RNG. So for example, Grimoire need what's more easier would be Gargoyle. Gargoyle is an earth wind type creature, but his actions are earth and wind, so he's going to be generating earth and wind most of the time. Basically all of the time, because these are the only things that he needs. But Grimoire is an exceptional case. He needs water, fire, wind, earth, and wind. So you have basically a pretty high chance of grabbing any one of these things. What's nice about it is Grimoire also has Ether +1, which means that it generates an additional Ether semi-randomly, preferring Ether that this monster is missing for any of their actions. So that's how you're able to slowly fill up. You can also use a basic attack to generate Ether that they would normally be able to produce. Gargoyle would produce 1 earth, 1 wind, and I believe that Grimoire generates a wild Ether per basic attack. So, give me one moment as I'm trying to figure this out. Aggressive Purging. Every 4 attacks from allies purges 1 enemy Ether. That's great for Sidekick because you hit more often. Whenever this monster generates or consumes Ether, shields itself equal to the amount of generated or consumed Ether. Incredibly defensive. This is an exceptional talent because Grimoire keeps getting hit from things. Breaks one poise purging. I'm actually tempted to grab, this is purging, so it just removes something. I'm gonna go Ether Shield. I think Ether Shield is really nice for the Grimoire, makes it exceptionally tanky, especially with the shield. We got a skill reroll, which is perfect, which would be nice for Lacedon. And now we need to decide what we want, because I think what we're going to be wanting, we actually haven't got the Warping Ticket yet. As a memento, so we will be able to capture it for later down the line. We need to remember water, fire, so Orthus is going to be one of the big ones that we're looking at. So we can swipe, we're going to hit this, we break the poise, that gives us access to crafting the memento. It's shining so that we're able to grab it, and now we're going to be carrying it along. We actually gained quite a lot of shielding. Why did we gain so much shielding? Once this generates or consumes Ether. Whenever it generates or consumes, so it generated Ether, it generated 2 Ether in the beginning and then it consumed 2, but it also stole 1, which means it's 3. Wow, the Ether shield is insane. That's what gave me the 5 shield. And basic attacks in this early game only do 2x2, so that's going to get perfectly blocked. So we're going to work on whittling down this Wolftinger. The only reason why you got through was because you crit, and now you also have a poison, but I'm able to generate 2. Okay, it's not the worst. I want to be able to finish you both off, but what I'm going to do is hit and finish you. I'm slowly stacking up Grimoire's signature trait. There, as you can see, it's consumed 2 wind, 2 fire. 2 wind, 2 earth, which means I need water, fire. But that's going to be quite tricky for now. You're going to shield. You're going to do a lot of damage to me, but I'm going to be able to shield you for 6. Nice. And Gargoyle is so exceptionally bulky because it has defense +1, which basically means you take 1 less damage from every hit by 1, which is great, especially because that hit does 2 damage per hit. Now, how are we going to deal with this? I think we can just finish you off quite easily, actually. Using Scald, deals 5+3, burn for 3. Now we just finish this off. Ta-da! Simple fight, we're quite healthy. Gargoyle is now level up. Oh, there we go. Now it's an explanation about Maverick skills. Your monsters may sometimes learn Maverick skills. Most skills belong to one type. Maverick skills combine 2 different types, creating unique synergies. Each Maverick skill requires 2 specific types to be present among the monsters in your party. Ta-da! As you can see here, this is highlighted in gold. On Interrupt applies Sidekick itself, and it needs Sidekick and Purge. I have Sidekick here. Grimoire has Purge. That's basically what's going on. On attack, deals a hit with damage equal to half this monster's shield roundup. Shield hit is insane. We're doing that because it's basically an extra hit. And extra hits means more poise damage. More poise damage means faster breaking. Faster breaking means less damage taken. Right, we have the Envoy, we have the Loot Drop Rare. We're going to go for the Knight because I don't think Gargoyle has an item yet. Now, this opportunity to get a 3rd monster. We can go for Warden, which is Earth Wind. Mandragora will give us earth, water. We are still looking for the fire, but we definitely want to be able to take something to be able to help us out. Mandragora, no nickname for now. Hello, there we are. Hello there, sir. Monster deities are still here. They only show themselves to the most courageous and worthy monsterkin. That's what it said in the story. It's my mother read to me. Sadly, most of the monsterkin I met in Pilgrim's Rest don't believe me, but I don't care. I'll keep venturing into the void, into the monster deities themselves recognize me as a monsterkin true and noble. I wouldn't expect to see a monster deity anymore, but I wish you the best of strength in your endeavor, and let me know if you do find one just in case. Thanks, friend. Much appreciated. I most certainly will. Heck yeah. Okay, pick equipment. Cleanse the self, temporary power. That's completely fine. We're going to go with temporary power. Gargoyle is going to do lots of hits, so this will be fine. Lots of damage. Let's try and work our way up here. And is there any enemies? Yes, there is. Cockatrice Authors. Authors was the fire water that we were looking for. But it doesn't matter because we don't have to catch it, so we just have to wait for it for the next monster shrine. So we're just gonna have to wait over that. Right, we should be able to take on the majority of these enemies. Scouting here. We actually lack the earth to be able to pop off with mineralize. So we're gonna take a basic attack magic roll, that's fine. Generating the earth for us, give everybody a small shield. 4, 8, 12, that's perfect. Mandragora does take a beating, but it's got healing, so it's not too worrisome. Now everybody's able to tank quite a lot of hits. Great! That was a good round, all round. And now what I want to use is the hurricane hit. There's the stagger, there's the shielding, there's the shield on hit, which is perfect. And now I'm also able to get sidekick damage. So what I could do is use the... I do want to use Scour to be able to block that and prevent that, but instead we're going to go over here. Gives it additional damage, that gives it an on hit, and now Gargoyle punches you. The downside is that you do get the additional effect of having power, and that is a lot of damage. That's 4 times by 7 damage. Instead, we're going to apply Spore, so we're going to hit it, so it gives it 1 more power, so it goes up to 8, but then we were going to -3 for 3 hits. So it will work out, it's fine, it's Spore. Weakness is super strong here. And then this is all just to protect the Grimoire. 5, 5, 5, 8. Ouch! It's like we're dealing with a star-to-star Spore there. That's so terrifying. But now we have the ability Unleash Time. So, Unleash Time. We click it, we get to choose one of the 3 different types of actions that we get to use. So this time we get access to Ball Lightning, Lava Tide, which is AoE, and then Lava Bolt. Lava Bolt will be able to do the job, we get to cast it for free, but it does consume the extra Fire Ether as part of its side effect. Boom, done. We have a Rio team here. I really hope that we can get Orthus. We get a bunch of money, and then this is towards the end zone. But it's really important that you run around the map to get as much as you can, because each fight is bonus experience. Bonus experience means bonus strength, so that you're going to be on curve or ahead of curve. The other side is that we need money, because otherwise it's going to be quite rough. We are going to hurricane punch this, making sure that we can break the wind section right there. We're going to use Scour to make sure that we don't get hit by the Mandragora effect. And now we can use Spore, which will be able to apply weakness to Orthus, so it does significantly less damage. -3 per basic attack, so it actually does only 1 damage. It cannot be dropped to less than 0, to 0 or less. less than 1, sorry. And now, what we're going to be doing is... how can we finish off every single enemy despite not having enough ether for it? You're going to be able to regenerate. You're going to want to be able to use your ability. 2 times by 3 allows you to do the burn. That would be 3. That's not going to be quite enough. We did Hurricane Punch. So what we're going to do is actually start with... if you use Water Earth here, will that help? No. So instead, let's mineralize. This should give us a sidekick because we gain shield from beforehand. So because we have sidekick, that gives us additional damage. So we can threaten one individual. So who do we want to threaten? We can threaten you so we can scald. So this will kill you. There's a sidekick with the additional punch, which does significant amounts of damage. We can then sidekick, we can then spore and hurt you pretty badly. Grimoire should be fine because it has an 8 damage shield. There's the Fire Fang, 9 damage, so we only took 1 damage there, that's okay. Blossoming Strike would have broke the shield immediately, but because of the weakness, it's able to reduce it a lot. We get weakness because of the reset. We have Unleashed Tome, we're able to activate this now. We can Icy Purge, we can Mud Flame, which is dedicated, or we can Gemstone Fist, which does a pretty decent damage. Water, fire, wind, heals all allies, shield cell 2x2. Applies an additional shield equal to the remaining ether. Deals damage to target enemy equal to the amount of shield on this monster. Well, we gain a shield for... Okay. We can Gemstone Fist. It's done a lot of calculations that we're able to get us 12. Sure, let's do that. Let's Gemstone Fist here. Because if I remember correctly, Gargoyle, every monster, this monster applies or receives. I see. So how much shielding do we have? We have 13. We can go to 4, 8, 12, which means that's a total of 15, which triggers the signature, which means it gives it a sidekick. And then we can Scald, which we can use the Scald for... well, I can start with a basic attack. Or I can start with Scald. Let's go with Scald here. Gargoyle will then be able to trigger with a sidekick attack and additional hit. And then we're going to be able to basic attack. Oh, we can't finish it with the basic attack. That was a drastic misplay. That's because of the weakness and that it was taking into this effect of a psychic. Well, Gargoyle is going to take a beating. Sorry. It's okay. We got this. We got this. Right, so now we can actually finish the job. Here we go. Hurricane Punch. We gain additional shield, which is nice. We get the stagger bonus effect. God, what a long fight because of the Manticore and Authors both healing each other. This is why we really wanted to be able to kill the Manticore in that previous bit. And then we're just going to make sure that we guarantee the finish here with Spore. Spore is such a nice... I love weakness effect. Being able to have the weakness effect is absolutely magical moment. Oh, we can even use another Unleashed Time. Icy Purge. Let's go! Boom, 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 boom. So much damage. It's so good. And we still have another attack. Big scale damage. Nice. Right, let's keep this momentum going. We gain the Grimoire. Burn Wave. Oh, it's such a good AoE. Sorry, it is the only AoE that we currently have available to us, so we might want to grab it. 4 times by 3. This is good single target. Is Burn Wave going to be the play? 3 times by 4 burn, fire damage. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. It's 4-5. We definitely need an Author at this point. Every 3 regenerate, consume regeneration generates 1 random ether. That can be really nice. Cleanse Corruption, +1 healing. Auto heal. I'm not too concerned because let's go auto heal there, so we're able to heal up and also get a basic attack bonus. I really want to change out Manticore though. Boots giving a little bit of evasion. Boots with the fur. Right, sick. Oh wait. We can let who is closer to... Okay, we can let Gargoyle take this on. Try. Okay, Gargoyle failed, so now we got 3 corruption. Is this stream lagging for anyone else? Wait, what? It looks to be fine on my end. I haven't noticed any problems. It might be your section, Tube. Could you give a refresh for me? Thank you, thank yous. Gargoyle attempts. No, Gargoyle failed again. Come on, Gargoyle, please. Please. There we go. It took 2 tries, but that's fine. It took like 6 corruption points, so that's okay. We were able to get a huge level up. Aerial Strike. Applies sidekick, but does win damage. Applies sidekick to self with temporary power. Stone Fist. There we go. What was such a good move. Shield self with 2x3, 1 times by 14 F damage. Deals an additional damage equal to amount of shield. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Oh, whoa. Before we do that, hang on a sec. What we can do is go up to here, grab this, and then we start with the fight at a height advantage. That'll give us bonus poise breaking. Ta-da! We can go swipe, we can also go Hurricane Punch. If we can get Stone Fist off, that would be crazy. That requires so much earth. And we just don't have enough for it as of right now. Unless we go for a basic attack and then force it. That would deal significant amounts of damage against people. For now though, I think what we're going to do is... yeah, we can go... We're going to go Scald because I don't want to be brought into a situation where we can't break Cockatrice. And then I do want to use Sport against you to be able to break you. Seems stable now. Oh. That was strange. I'm not sure why that happened then. But I'm glad that it's going okay. Right. Never mind. Cheap, are you sure it's not just you? Because I'm not noticing anything here. I have no delay, I have no drop frames. My stream seems to be good as well. Earth damage, mineralize basic attack. That's currently what I was looking at. Swipe also seems to be pretty good here. Right, as we're able to rock through this, we're able to break you. That's Ignite, which does deal pretty decent damage, but 3x4. But Gargoyle is the one that's taking a hit, so it deals less damage, reduced by 1. Huge. Now we can actually Stone Fist and almost one-shot the enemy. Wow. Yo, what is up, Eve? How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful time. We did do a lot of damage here, which is great. But I think this is plenty. I hope that you're doing well. It's Aethermancer's release day tomorrow. How exciting. How exciting. You're okay? You just woke up? Good morning, good morning. Another clean fight. Took 3 rounds, not too bad. We obtained the monster song, and I think we should be almost good to go. Yep, and we're able to finish the loop. Done. Right, so. Oh, the cook is so good. But so is the Ether Spring. We're on path 2-4. We need to take the spring. We need to take the spring first. Mandragora has been pulling its weight, but we need fire water. No Orthus, so we're gonna hold off for now. And there is the spring. 25 EXP. Let's go. Ooh, the path does seem to be leading us to the to the left-hand side, so we're gonna grab this first. Wormling, Ooze. Ooze is gonna be a scary situation. We do need a bit more damage. Oh, nice. So, speaking of damage, we're going to basic stack here to be able to generate a little bit more. Stone Fist to be able to stagger the Ooze. Big damage right there, and that sets us up quite neatly. We can craft a memento for the Ooze. I kind of want to hold it for Stars 1 and for tier 2 stuff. And then what we can do is also use Scald on you. Big burn. So we're going to send out to do poise. There's Ignite. Ouch. Oh, they double into it. Okay, that could be deadly in the tier 2 section. But we're going to be completely A-okay, I hope. What do we need? We need fire, we need wind, and we also need water. We can Hurricane Punch to be able to finish you, so you can't use your big, scary AoE effect. There's the additional damage. Am I missing something? Half to this monster's shield rounded up. On attack, deals a hit equal to half this monster's shield rounded up. But you did 6 damage with that. Oh, because of stagger, of course, that makes sense. Next, we can rock with Scald, which will perfectly break you. Unfortunately, it means that we can't use the free action, because we can only take the free action before our turn is used. But that's fine. And then we can... so this is Fire Ritual. So you basically purge, but then you generate fire for the rest of the team. That's okay. Basic attack here. Sets up the auto healing. And also Ether generation. Ugh. Big scary. Big and scary. But that's fine. Unleashed action. Our chemical charge will do what we need, which is starting to whittle down you. Whistling down your water poise. And then we're going to be able to take this down as we scald it. Doing the big damage, applying more burn. Then the burn triggers. And it also gets a 50% bonus. And then we can just finish the job on Cockatoos. Right. We are flying through. The big question is how fast are we going to be able, how safe are we going to be able to get through Star Spawn as well, yeah. We found something new. We haven't seen this in a demo. A Soul Lantern. A resting place for roaming souls. The monsterkin took great care to construct and maintain them across the fractured ruins. Release a soul to grant a monster grant health +5 to a monster. The Soul Lantern draws roaming souls to it. It even serves as a resting place for them. You may release a soul to take it or to take a soul from it. The choice is yours. I'm gonna take a soul because I really want Authors for this team setup. So that would give us more options. That would give us more options to be able to get that, the Authors. Wait, what we can actually do, because we got an extra soul, that will add one more pot into the pool here. And we actually can get Minakawa, which is going to be a fire wind. Not what we're looking for right now. That's fine. Right. Oh, is it possible for us to get up to here? Yes, it is. And then we can pop it off with this. Technically, we should have probably void blitzed the other ones because one guy got a Stone Fist would have been enough for the cause. But that's going to be completely a-okay. You're going to do a lot of damage. You're going to do a lot of damage. We're going to be able to auto heal. The Grimoire is incredibly squishy and very fragile. But that's fine. Stone Fist, in we go. Dealing the bonus damage thanks to the stagger initially. And now what we can do is not much. We're going to do the basic attack here. Gain a wild ether thanks to the basic attack. We only get 1 wild ether, not 2, so it's a little bit, so you gain a little bit less, but the accessibility of having a wild ether is just so nice. And now what we can do is have a look at, see what you need. So you really like the idea. I like the idea of just giving you a basic attack. Little love tap, finishing off the job, that's fine. And then what we can do is go for a Hurricane Punch. Give ourselves a bit of a shield, just do some raw damage right there. And then hopefully do some Scald. +3 burn there. I think you do bonus burn damage when you use the ability. Unfortunately, we weren't able to quite trigger that. That's going to be fine. Do we have enough for our signature? No, we're missing a wind and water. Which we can technically do, but is it worth it? It should be fine. Wind here. Water here. We're gonna count on Grimoire being able to finish up the job. I mean, we might be able to finish it with just... Oh yeah, Scout. Whoops. Unleashed Tome. Lava Tide. Void Lightning. Let's go. There's the additional damage. There's the psychic hit. And then we're able to finish things up. Beautiful. When you're harnessing the power of the void to be able to help us along our way. Level 3 magic water tone. Consumes 1 regeneration on the target as additional cost. Applies to weakness. I prefer the pollen blast here, not gonna lie. Applies regeneration to all allies. Regeneration bloom. There is some insane healing shenanigans that you can do, which can be scary. Oh! No way! It's a void meteorite. Okay, we might need to keep Mandragora if that's going to be the case, because what we can do... but Living Toe... Yeah, I think it's better to keep Mandragora at this rate. So, Void Meteorite. One of the core pillars of the speed running back in the early demo. This is a Void Meteorite, a fragment of a dying star that has landed here. They are quite rare, something must have put it here by force. The thing is, the Void Meteorite can bestow an elemental affinity perk to one of your monsters, and enhances the basic attack to do damage of the respective element and generate an additional ether of that element. Which means basic attacks are normally typeless. They don't do any ether elemental damage whatsoever. The Void Meteorite allows it to do its elemental damage. That's really huge. So now Mandragora can assist with breaking just from basic attacking, and it already has that auto heal feature. So if we combine this with on Mandragora an elemental affinity perk, we now can get access to more earth affinity or more water to more water ether. The question is, what do we actually need? Well, we're kind of looking for more earth that will help out with the gargoyle, because most of the time we are missing the extra 1 or 2. So if we go earth ether, basic attacks now do additional earth damage, which is great. So we don't that is actually kind of hard to find. That's why it's also pays to roam around trying to find stuff. We haven't found the south here, cleanses 2 corruption himself. We don't really want that. I think I accidentally swapped out something. Okay, I didn't, thank goodness. And now we're gonna head to the south, and this south bit is where the boss is. We've just encountered 2 fights here. Interesting. We have a witch. We have 32 gold, loot drop rare. We're gonna go to the merchant. We definitely need an upgrade. We aren't looking for any changes to our roster anymore. Oh, you want to ask us a question? Child of Sol. Please call us serious. What is it? Why did you come here? When the void opened, I felt it was urgent enough to investigate. Interesting. So you just happened to be in the area? I sense the opening of the void from quite a distance, actually. No offense, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm being interrogated. Oh, we're just a concerned party. Asking questions is all. Care to buy anything? What is that? Salve. So, corruption from self, initial shield. Not exciting. Ocarina, epic. Exciting. On support action, heals the ally with the lowest health for 7. For 7? What? That's wild. So you just get like loads of healing. Healing also increased by +1. Psychic damage, we can ignore that. That's crazy. This is perfect for Mandragora, with its wholesome nature and auto heal. Let's focus a lot more on the healing here. So we're gonna ignore that. So and it's also on discount. Wow. We're gonna put this on the Mandragora. Perfect. And then what we can do is grab bonus XP. Ooh, if we hit Grimoire Gargoyle, that'd be huge. That costs 5 the first time, 10 for the second time. Please? No! You hit the Mandragora again! Why? Why the skill issue? Oh man. Super unlucky. We could have got level 4, a pair of level 4s. We're going into this fight. Now we're just going with level 3s. It's okay. We should be fine. Right, where are we at? How do we want to do this? We are we can get water, earth, which would be really nice for the stone fist. Honestly, going for the pollen blast might be quite nice just to be able to heal up as well. I think we're gonna operate based off of the mineralized though. So we're gonna go for the basic attack. We're gonna get some healing done. Double 4s, nice. Stealing, swiping, that's okay. I technically want to go for the mineralized, but we should be able to have enough. Actually, that 2 times by 5, so that's going to be 10 points of damage. We're going to be able to shield up a little bit. We also steal, so we go to 5. And then we're gonna go for Stone Fist. Nice. Temporary power here. There's the big damage. Weakness sucks. Plus 4 for 4/4. It's okay. We got regeneration. Regeneration heals 7. Perfect. We can apply regeneration to all of our allies, which make things quite bulkier. That hurts. That's the Pollen Blast, which is 21 damage. Ouch. I kind of want to use my own Pollen Blast. Now applies 4 weakness, which completely neutralizes his. Let's do that. We're going to use basic attack here. And then we're going to use the Pollen Blast, which will help neutralize you. Nice. And then we can use Scald. Nice. We even get the stagger, so we completely avoid it altogether. So we just have to deal with the bottom one. Huge. Echo is okay because it's already got reduced by 3 per hit. And you're still sitting at minus 2 weak. We're looking at fire, wind, water. Fire, wind, water. We can't grab everything. Regeneration might be nice. Stone Fist might be good as well. Getting another set of pollen blast is crazy. We're gonna do it. Pollen Blast. Applying the weakness. Huge. Who wants to heal up? We're actually healing and stealing so much. Scald. Huge. I think that's... we're just missing wind now. There's a Pollen Blast. Massively reduced damage taken. Man, weakness feels great. There's the Purge, which hurts. But that's fine, we have wind. And we can always use Hurricane Punch. Ta-da! Hurricane Punch. We don't do a lot of damage to get the weakness, but the most importantly is we can activate the Unleashed Tome. Unleashed Tome, Ball Lightning, purges 2 from the enemy ether. On interrupts, deal 2 damage to hit to all enemies. One of these are pretty good. Stoke the Fire. Attack is a Maverick. Ether plus Burn. 3 times by 3 fire damage to the target enemy. Generates 5 ether for each burn second on the target. It has 6. Wait. So we get 5 fire ether just for free? That looks really good. We don't really purge, which would have been nice, but I think we're going to be okay. Especially with the generation. That is going to be the Stone Burst. That's going to be a lot of damage still. Wait, hang on a sec. How much damage is that? Oh god, 4 times by 7, which is going to be 28 points of damage. Which means that if we don't use regeneration, he's actually gonna die there. Now let's set up with the fire. Do we need the fire though? I mean, there's burn wave, but it's not really useful. Fire isn't useful. I think fire wave is bait, so we're gonna go with the ball lightning to actually completely stagger out the enemy. So because if we interrupt twice, I think we trigger burn twice, which deals a lot of damage, which is great. And then what we can go for is swipe as well. Nice. And then that is gonna... And then we're gonna use refreshment anyway, just to be able to heal up. Keep everything nice and tidy. Wonderful. Now we're going to be looking to finish up the job. We're going to Pollen Burst here. That would trigger the stagger. That frees us up to be able to use all of our big abilities. If we not apply weakness, that is. Oh goodness. Hurricane Punch. This gives us sidekick as well. And it also cleans up the weakness. And now we can use Scout and finish the job with a fresh, non-weakened punch from the Gargoyle. There's the sidekick, and there's the extra hit. Let's go! Huge. And a worthiness now pops off. So Grimoire actually got wild conversion +1, which is insane. Nice. And now we have, oh my goodness, Split Ether, Shock. These are some really nice power. I wish I can get everything. On interrupt, it deals 6 fire wind damage hit to that enemy. Split ether can use up to 1 wild ether to deal 7 wild damage, hit and purge 1 enemy ether. That can be so good if we're able to generate more. And because we got a wild ether conversion, converts the first wild ether generated by this monster each turn into a wild ether, which can be quite nice. That could be so good. I would kind of want to go for shock. I'm ready at shock. Let's go for shock there, because we're going to be able to do some nice purging and stuff and stealing. On every 3 attacks applies, for every 3 power applied to allies, generate 1 random ether. When sidekick is applied to this monster, it generates 1 random ether. Sidekick generation is going to be quite nice because you're going to be able to constantly do that. Long lived is really good. Contagion is also quite nice. Whenever enemy's weakness is consumed, on attack applies 2 weakness to an enemy target on an enemy. That's also really good. Just being able to do a basic attack and then heal and weakness. Long lived is exceptional though, which is great for a regeneration build. We're gonna go with hexing strikes. I think that matches our team style right now quite a bit better. Aethermancer whip is really good, and now we're able to heal up. We took a lot of damage there. Thankfully, we're able to heal up a majority of it with only a little bit left behind. We'll try to close the void if that's all possible. Yes, why? There are some who believe the void to be sacred and who would certainly try to hinder your progress. Not us though. The way we see it, the void is just a byproduct of something bigger that happened in the fractured ruins. As a concerned party, we're interested to see what will happen next. And as a child of Sol, it's certain you'll have a bigger role to play in this. I see. So that's why you've been following me around. Exactly. Everything big must happen around you. Sooner or later, we just know it. I suppose that's true. Care to buy anything? We have 15. Ocarina's not very helpful. Heal generator +3. Aside your turn. Oh, I see. Orb ether +1. Oh, wow. Okay, but health is reduced by 3. Earth generator. Basic attacks generate 1 additional ether. This can be really good. Crit as well. We're gonna grab the orb, and then we're gonna replace it with the gargoyles one. And then we don't need anything else. Right, so how do we do this? Do we need the knight? Not really. We just got something really good. But if we can actually upgrade the lance, that'd be good as well. I'm really happy towards that. We're gonna go towards the knight. I'm not sure what we're gonna get. Let's have a look. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away, by the way. Here comes the knight. Imagine my shock. Serious. When I first arrived here, I found the entire fractured ruins lost inside the void. Not only that, but the void also threatens all the good people of Pilgrim's Rest. Maybe even Terrace itself. I am not sure. But I know that will put a stop to it. Are you sure? It's quite dangerous to be inside the void. Even though you're much more resistant to ether poisoning than humans, the void still dismantles your body the longer you stand in it, especially the deeper you go. It's better to support from outside, or at the most from the void's outer radius. Nonsense. Us monsterkin are tougher than you might think, especially me. I don't fear the void. The void should fear me. My sense of heroism doesn't allow me to sit by idly. Also, I don't want to miss out an opportunity to see the fractured ruins, as well as the monster deities. Oh. Nice. Okay, sweet. I think Epic is one of the highest tiers. Upgrade to a higher tier possible, pick a fix for it. I own a way to the void again. Wait, what? We are in the void right now? Well, that explains a lot. I found this strange gemstone. Seems like it fit right into one of your monster's equipment, probably making it stronger. I think we go for the lance so that we can increase our damage. Or we go for the gargoyles orb, which I think re-increases our HP. Let's go for the Grimoire's lance. We can add earth damage, add temporary power, or water generator. Basic attacks add generate water. Not what we're looking for. Starter combat applies 1 temporary power to self. Oh. That's really nice. It's just straight up power, which is temporary power. Wonderful. We're going to go to the chest, and then we're going to start heading upwards. Right. Let's take care of the suit boy so he stops the healing of his friends, and then we're going to try and deal with everybody else. Where are we? Hurricane Punch will do the trick. We also want to start dealing with fire. It is the wild generation, I see. We actually have 2, so we can get one of these. We can get the Dumber Boy. Gone Void is pretty essential in a lot of the burn setups. We can get Pollen Blast here as well. I think it'll be better if we just rock with a basic attack. We degenerate water, we degenerate earth. It's unfortunate because there's not much that we actually wanted from here. But that's okay. We're going to start whittling them down with the basic attack. That's wild, that's a lance coming in strong. Shriek does hurt, ouch. We're taking some serious damage here. Swipe, burn, scald, there's a lot of damage, but that's about it. Steals. Let's do the Stone Fist here. There we are. We're almost there. We really want you to perish first. So we're going to Scowl G, do a bit of extra damage. We have the burn, so you're going to be able to... So the moment that you try to heal, you're going to perish. And now you are trying to do AoE, so we're going to reduce your damage by giving you weakness effect. -4. Oh, I have hexing, so it's -6. There you go. There's the reduced damage taken. Oh my god, the terror and the basic attack. Ouch. We're so close. We need a wind water attack. So let's heal up with refreshment. That'll be our water attack. And because we consumed a wild ether, it also allows us to consume the wind. So now we have unleashed Solar Ray. 4x4 fire wind against the target enemy. That's probably good. Heals all allies for 3 times. So an allies can retaliate, heal self, and generates random ether. Insane. Lots of healing here. We're gonna go for the Solar Ray. Ideally, we're able to take out this guy because he's trying to do a bunch more AoE stuff again, which I'm not happy about. And then we're gonna be able to take out you with Scald. I assume because we're able to interrupt plus stagger, which means that it does a double burn. There we are. Wonderful. And then we're going to be able to pop off of you. Big damage there. And we'll also get a psychic generator, which is huge. Uh-oh. Are we going to be fine? I hope so. I really, really hope so. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're just going to deal with some scouting for the fire damage. Oh my gosh, we desperately need fire damage, but it's so hard to get. And then Stone Fist. We're just brute forcing, it looks like. Big damage. Oh, perfect. Spore for the 2 times by 6. Done. Perish, my friend. Perish. Oh, we are through. Let's go. Very tasty. Very, 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 very nice. Common sab. Ignore. We're scrapping that immediately. Oh, hello there. Karen. I'm Karen. I heard the monsters in the void were scary, but honestly, I guess I'm just built different. Wait, what the heck are you? I'm just an Aethermancer. I'm serious. Whoa, it gave me kind of a scare there, huh? Can you do me a solid though? Can you tell me the way back to Pilgrim's Rest? No, it's spooked or anything. No. I'll just knock some sense into those monsters over there, and then I head back. Sure, just follow the path behind me. Nice. By the way, do you think Gustavo will still have some of that warmth for you when I head back? By rescuing this monster, your monsters have formed a bond to Pilgrim's Rest. Your monsters receive 2 corruption cleanse. Let's go! Oh, isn't this exciting? Guys, pay attention to this. This weird large debris that the map suddenly seemingly randomly cuts off to. We're gonna go to the right because I think left is the correct way. Shambler. We're shambling. Lovely. Right. Here we go. We need to take care of the earth. We can use a basic attack from that because of the void meteorite. You're going to be doing a lot of damage regardless. So let's try and take down at least one of you. Now it's huge. We've got a bunch of earth from there, so we can now go for the Stone Fist. Stone Fist does it nearly. Oh goodness. This is making me think I should have put a Void Meter on the Gargoyle so that then I could get the additional damage dots, but it seems to be fine. We are going to be hitting you with Swipe, which will then remove the Ether. You also get staggered. Perfect. Oh, we have Purge. Sorry, we have Shock, which gives us the extra damage numbers. Oh, so good. So good. Lovely. Lovely that. I completely forgot the fact that we have Shock. We really need to be taking more advantage of that to cause those staggers. So, how are we going to help you stagger more? First, we can basic attack this. And now we can... I would love to be able to swipe this, but it's going to be barely not enough. So instead, we're going to Stone Fist this. I forgot that it does the extra hit. 2 times by 3. Nah, it'll be fine. Ta-da! There's the burn, which staggers it. Right, so you're missing a fire and wind. Fire, wind. I don't think we're gonna get that, unfortunately. But what I can do is use the Stone Fist, give ourselves a sidekick. If we can consume that wild point, then that would be really good, actually. But the problem is we have so much, we can't consume it. Which is a unique bind. So we're gonna Scout here. This would be enough damage because of the burn plus the sidekick punch. Now I drop you down to 6, and then the moment that you use your other ability, you're going to be perish. You're going to perish. Now we have the Pollen Blast, done. Perfect lethal. Perfection. Let's go. Nice. We hit the Worthiness level 2, which means that Gargoyle gets +1 shielding. Because we get +1 shielding, that actually puts us into a really interesting position. Oh, even better. Even better. So, Grimoire. Grimoire, I was saying that we definitely needed fire. Alchemical Charge might be the play here. Water, fire, 3x4, burn, that's fine. We're going to take that. You mostly get how it works, right? It's really sick. Snow Support is really cool. 2 debuffs applies 2 psychic to self. So, what I'm basically going to quickly explain. Before, when we used Mineralize, we actually only gave 4 shielding to all of our allies. So 4, 8, 12. But Earth Striker needs 15 shielding. Now we have the +1 shielding from the perk. Mineralize now shields for 5, which means that we enter a really important threshold where we now go 5, 10, 15, which means 1 Mineralize will equal to the Earth Striker effect. So we always can guarantee us to obviously get Psychic because we'll always have at least, well, unless things are going really badly, we'll always have 3 allied monsters. The question is, how else do you want to do this? Shield yourself for 2 times by fire, deals double damage to the target equal to the amount of shield on this monster. Petal Spell. Water Earth against the target enemy. Cleanse to debuff from self, apply Psychic. Nothing is really too interesting. I don't really want to use Snow Support, despite having a healing and cleansing and stuff like that. I kind of want... I don't know what I want, because I'm kind of looking forward towards traits. So what would be useful? Water, Earth, just being able to have an additional supply on that rather than just relying on the refresh. Let's go either Snow Support or Petal Spell. Let's go Snow Support because we're able to apply 2 Psychic to ourselves. I do have a reroll, but it's nothing that I want to reroll for. That's the main thing. I'd rather save it for a bad trait draw. Oh, interesting, interesting. So let's keep on walking ahead. I'm pretty sure we haven't got supplies yet. Oh, there's another enemy Grimoire. Let's take down the Grimoire. It does take a while for it to ramp up though. Right, this is great. I haven't really encountered any real bugs so far. How do we do this? We can go Mineralize. Maybe I just jinxed everything. We Mineralize, we get the Sidekick bonus. We're able to also generate... because we've got Sidekick Generator, we're able to get 1 random Ether, which will then allow us to rock in with anything else. We can even go swipe here. I think a basic attack would go quite a long way. We're going to go for the basic attack. We're going to start whittling down the Dumble Boys. Sidekick is going to trigger because of the hit. And now we can go for Swipe. Swipe is now going to allow us to trigger the Shock because we stagger one of the enemies, which will then be able to hit other units. Perfect, which deals quite a bit of damage. We are generating a lot of ether here. Wonderful. So we can do a similar setup again. Or we can start just nuking bodies. You're going to do a snow support. I kind of want to make sure that you do a swipe so that I can start crushing you instead. Or we can go for a chemical charge and trigger this. That works good. Let's finish you up. Our chemical charge here. You get shocked, so you get staggered. Big damage right there. Lovely. And then I can use... you actually don't have a sidekick, but instead I'm going to use weakness and hits you. This will give us the hexing strikes as well, so it's actually 5 weakness. Perfect. Nice. And that basically means that the shield almost tanks everything. So now we're looking towards finishing up with you. You need wind and fire. Wind and fire. Are you really the only one that can do that? Yeah. Let's consume and mineralize here. Basic attack would do us wonders. Nice. And then there's the psychic double hit. So I want to say that will finish the job, but I'm not 100% sure. We're going to swipe here. Stagger hits the shock. That's fine. Only hits the one. Oh, because we didn't interrupt the other one. That's fine. Wild ritual is okay. You're just generating a bunch of wild energy, wild ether. So we could just ignore you. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Right. And now, for the moment of our glory, we want to be able to consume the wild, but we have too much ether. What a good problem to have. So instead, we're just going to punch you with a stone fist. Let's go. See ya, nerd. Oh. Burn away our chemical charge. The fight took a little bit, but it's actually incredibly safe, incredibly controlled. This feels very, like a very steady team. It can go on for a little bit. Right. Here we are. Mandragora finally hitting level 5. Healing Brew, Blood Drain, Healing Dust. Applies 4 weakness. It generates a bunch of different types of ether. You also water fire, actually, which can help out with our fire problem. So you're a second unit that can use fire now because of the heal ether. Let's do that. Let's do that. Monster Soul. Hello, hello, hello. I feel like we're missing something. 1, 2, 3. No, we got everything. Hopefully we can grab... I don't think we need any more fire, any more ether. The problem was spending, not using. Wait. Where's our friend? Oh, there it is. Do we want 1 ether or earth ether? Earth ether, we kind of have some resolutions to it. Wind ether, we have with no real issues either. Let's go earth ether because we're going to be basically attacking a little bit less. Oh, what's this? Torment's Blessing. A desperate attempt by the fortress final commander to defend the Holy City against a Gauntlet army. Oh, we can take something and give it a fix to it. It also gains a curse affix. Allows us to grant a special upgrade to one of your monster's equipment. Let's go for Gargoyle's Orb. Or do we go for the Ocarina? I'm not as worried if Mandragora gets hit by some crippling side effects. Especially because there's so much healing and psychic damage. Gargoyle's Orb is already incredibly fragile. But Lance will also might be able to give us even more damage. Let's... do we get greedy? Let's get greedy and go with Lance. Corruption Cleanse gives us power, burn chance. Power chance, but we get burn chance. Defense +1, but increases our ether corruption. So we get purged. Let's go with power chance for the poison. I think the poison should be fine. We also do get a little bit of awareness, which makes it kind of exciting. 33% power chance. We can make really good use of that. All right. We have Living Tome. We have the Lance. This Lance is tricked out. It's going to be so good. Purchase 2 enemy ether with Silence Burn. Alcohol with charge is good. Welcome back, everybody. Perfect timing. We are going to be carrying on with our Forbidden Fortress. And as we prepare ourselves to get ready to take on Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We almost got spotted. Well, we did get spotted. That's kind of the problem. And we're going to be preparing to take on the Star Spawn. We have a number of monsters that we want to be able to take down. Let's keep on going, my friends. Right, we have the Stone Fist. Stone Fist. Do we start with this? Healing Brew generates ether for all of us, and it consumes water fire. Or we can go for a basic attack. You know what? Let's go mineralize. Now it'll give us all of the healing and shielding, and then we can go Pollen Blast against you. Guy God is able to finish the job thanks to a sidekick, so you get staggered. So we have one less enemy to deal with. And then we can look at actually just straight up killing it using the alchemical charge. Ta-da! Gives it burn. Now if we were to try to use a move next turn, then it'll perish. We did take the 2 poison, but it's completely fine. We also got the power chance. We are sitting at 11 shield, which is huge. Shield can only be as big as the health bar, but shield gets removed at the end of each turn, unfortunately. That's fine. We can keep going. Water damage. That's healing brew, refreshment, scald. I think we're just going to rock with you're gonna perish anyway because of the burn, so I might as well just hurt someone else. The question is how and what. Because we don't actually do all that much water damage, but we have access to fire there. We need a water fire. Wow, what a dire situation. It's fine. We're gonna use the Pollen Blast here. And that will cripple its attack because it's got -6 weakness, that's fine. We're missing a fire wind move here. We can remove all debuffs. Now it'll be the true power status board. But we're gonna start with mineralize. We get the shield, you get sidekick. And then we can use Scald on you. Deals a burn, deals a little bit of damage. Sidekick does the punch. Nice little chunk. Here's the brace. I think you only brace yourself, right? Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. That Lava Tide is gonna be a pain. Uh-oh. Next turn, it can use this extra action, but it's not gonna be too bad. There's the shield. Lava Tide is gonna hurt. Ouch. And the burn picks up the kill on the Mephisto. Nice. What are we missing? Are we just missing fire? Fire, fire. Healing brew time. Wonderful. Now we have the Unleashed Tome. We can double up the brews, but I think we're gonna have more success with Lava Tide. We also have Icy Purge, which can be useful to just knock out the Grimoire, but I think that's just absolutely overkill. So I'd rather just go Lava Tide. Take this on. There we go. We get a little shield. It has Retaliate with Brace. Ouch. That's going to be fine. And then what we can do is use Alchemical Charge. Because you're staggered, you can't retaliate. Boom. Wonderful. And now we can just look to finish off this this guy. Goodbye, Grimoire. You don't get to use your attacks because I knock you out first. Wonderful. Now we're going to be jumping against this Shambler. Shambler, goodbye. Alchemical Charge. And there's the shock. Oh my goodness. The power of being able to burn enemies beforehand. It's going to be very useful. Well, yeah, because it combines with the Alchemical Charge so well. We have another monster encounter here. Look at how safe our fights are. We're taking barely any damage. We're absolutely slapping through this. The fights are just a little bit long, and we don't have too much corruption. We have a bit, but nothing excessive. Mineralize here, using our sidekick. Did you give your mons nicknames? No, I haven't. I haven't because I find it better for you guys to be able to read and go through. This is just meant to be a really nice, newbie friendly, so you can see everything. And I find that it's really impossible to identify, hey, what's this creature when they have a nickname called, like, I don't know, Book Boy, or like, I don't know, Stone Fighter. Also helps me out because apparently I'm not very creative with names, so yeah, that that gives me options. Right, what are we staring down the barrel of? 2 big AoE attacks because we have the Lava Tide there, 2 times by 5. We have Hailstorm there, so that's going to be 14 plus the 24 points of damage. That is terrifying. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm really tempted to use to steal it, but I think what we're going to do is use the swipe. We can also go for the Spore here. Spore is going to be really good. We're going to swipe first. We're going to do a bunch of damage to this gargoyle side. There we are. We also have 10 shield, which is really good. Reduce back down to a basic attack. That's A-okay. Now what I want to do is give you the Pollen Blast. So you have 4 weakness plus 2. So you're going to 6 weakness. So the next 6 instances of your attacks I will reduce by 3, which hopefully will be more than enough. Lava Tide, there we go. Barely doing only 2s and 1s. 2s and 1s compared to what I was doing before, which is like 5 to 6s. And now all of our healing more or less taken care of. Wind, water, fire, fire. Fire, fire. Who do we take on? We don't want to use you immediately, but we do want to be able to smack you up. Nosferatu is scary right now because it has a big AoE. I do not want to be taking the big AoE, but I also want to be able to get through all of our bits and pieces in one piece. If we were to use swipe and it doesn't kill, that would be very bad. So we're going to use 4 instead. Guarantees a kill. Also ticks towards, it did not tick towards because we already had Earth. That was silly. Instead we can use swipe. If we swipe, we do the shot, which would be good. Now you get killed. And now we just have to deal with these 2 books. And I think, gosh, we probably should be looking at the other things. The other skills, so that we can get the signature of Grimoire out. We're at round 3, we're making good progress. Fire, water. Fire, water, perfect. And but the only issue is that we don't really have an answer to deal with both of these books at the same time. We might be able to kill one of them thanks to the gargoyle, but we're gonna see. Right, Unleash Spellbook. Icy Purge is huge. 3 times by 4, you do a significant amount of damage. Wild Witch is not very useful. Icy Purge it is, and we're gonna rock with this one. There's the 3 instances, so now you have 2. So now I can use Alchemical Charge, which will help deal with 1, but we can't really deal with the other. Shield Self by 2 by 4, which goes to 16. We might be able to finish it, actually. First, we do a Stone Fist with all of that additional damage. We also gain Sidekick Generator, which is great. And then we're going to be able to use our Chemical Charge, which executes you. And then because of the Sidekick from the Gargoyle, allows the finishing for the other book. Lovely. Perfect. And then I think... Wait. Oh, it didn't calculate it properly. No! Because it should have died because of this bird. It's okay. We didn't take too much damage from that one. Not the worst. Not the worst situation. Generate 2. We take a little bit of poison damage. That's okay. And then we finish the job there. Ta-da! Nice. Situation is dealt with. We are hitting level 6. Who do we want to go for first? Grimoire or Gargoyle? It's going to be a trait. Let's go. Grimoire is definitely going to be more focused for the damage. So we're going to go for something even more aggressive. Enkindling Ether would be really nice, but we're kind of struggling on using the fire. We're struggling on using the fire. Enkindling Ether actually solves that problem quite well. Yeah, we're going to take that. Gargoyle. Allies with 7 or more shield gain +1 damage and 15% crit chance. Wow, that's really easy for us to do. That's actually so good. Tactical shield is really nice. Joint operations. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shield both attackers for free. No, every 3 attacks. Let's go tactical shields. Yeah, that's just +1 free damage. Wonderful. And we also get a chance to crit. Orb, goodbye. Debuff mitigation. Not what we're looking for. And we can go for this. This is the soul gate that we saw beforehand. Release the soul, get something more juicy. Orb obtained as rare. That is not juicy. That is not juice. Let's try our hand at going to the right hand side. That is the boss, so that's going to be the end. So we're going to go to the left hand side. Maybe we get something nice. Ooh, bookshelf. Thank you very much. There's a surprise gargoyle. I don't think we've taken much damage, much more damage than the corruption, which is really, really good for us. I say that now, and then we're gonna get absolutely destroyed. So the Grimoire already is at, is gonna be at 7 exactly. So that means you get the +1 damage. Nice. I think, does a crit trigger as well? And 50% crit chance. Yeah, perfect. So how do you want to do this? We do a shed load of damage now at this stage of the game. Psychic is going to be good. You don't have barely enough shielding, that's fine. Do we swipe this? Who are we worried about? Grimoire should be fine. We could swipe this. If we crit, then that'll be exceptional amounts of damage. Or we just go for a basic attack and pretend everything is fine. So that allows us to go for the shock afterwards. Sidekick, there we go. That's the punch. There's a +2 hit. Swipe gives it, there we go. Boom! Stagger, bonus damage, and Enkindle Ember, and plus another shock because it's sorry, steal for the interrupts, and then interrupts again because of the break. Nice. We have the Enkindled Ether. We do have our chemical charge. We have enough wild ether to be able to deal with this actually. Our chemical charge will be really good here. But I think I want to do is, ideally we want to be able to whistle it down, but we don't have any water attacks. No. We're gonna go mineralize here. I think you gain the bonus as you're about to. Oh, it's only after. Okay, that's unfortunate, but that's fine. So you have 1 water, and you're just kind of staring us down the face. You know what? Pollen Blast, you're not allowed to attack. Get by a majority of your damage. Wild Ritual, you're fine. You are completely fine to do a Wild Ritual. Thank you for basically not doing anything for your turn, and instead just doing a setup. Nice. So now we're just missing a singular fire. Here we go, Healing Brew up. Wonderful. Signature Unleashed Tome triggered. Mud Flame Drown. Gemstone Fist. Let's go Drown. Let's start the drowning on. That is shot because you interrupted, which is great. And then we're gonna use the alchemical charge here. And then you have burn, so you get purge as well, which allows us to be able to interrupt the other one as well. There's a double shock. There's another shock because you got interrupted. Because of the poise break. That was it. Poise break was the word I was looking for. Wonderful. Oh, shock is so nice. And now, what do you want to do? Consume. We don't use that much regeneration. +1 healing is nice. Leeching Bomb. Whenever 1 or more regeneration stacks are consumed on this monster, deal 10 earth water damage hit to all enemies with weakness. Oh, that's so good though. We get 1 regeneration, which means that you basically just get additional damage. We're gonna go Leeching Bond here, and hopefully we can get some more regeneration down the line in a little bit more straightforward location. We also have a skill reroll, that's good. We're gonna see what else we can get here. We get a lot of beaming currency, nice. We have 72 monies. We are definitely spending on the merchant. Even if we can't get anything good, we can just grab EXP, which I love personally. It is charming, but it's also messy. It's charming. The Forbidden Fortress is our home. That explains some things. Care to buy anything? Oh, stab. Oh, it's a blade, which gives us crit chance. We can also Hexing Harp and Purge. Oh, Black Memento. Yes, please. So, do we want a staff or do we like the Ether +1? I think Ether +1 is kind of overkill. Getting additional hit, 75% chance for an additional hit on Geiger would be insane for our poise breaking. It's a water generator, not so interesting. Health is really nice for the extra tankiness. Crit chance is, we're gonna go for staff. We're gonna rotate a little bit. So you don't have a chance to be able to crit chance anymore. Earth generation, not so much, that's fine. Staff is okay. Hexing Heart, we might as well. Now we can buy some EXP. Very nice. We might as well spend all of our money. Thank you very much for the luxuries. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Right, so it is time. The game looks neat. This Aethermancer is gonna get released tomorrow, but because I got access to the keys early, thanks to the incredible generosity at Mora Games, they sent me a key to be able to beat a test. So, and the streamer embargo is lifted today, so I'm not gonna get in any trouble. So yeah, let's go. It's a fun creature collector roguelite game with a lot of tactics. It's so good. It's also turn-based as well, so I can take the time, chat, chill. You know, how's your day? How's your morning? It's nice. Right. What on earth are we gonna do here? Oh my goodness! So I'm just gonna use my massive hover over here. It's got explosion, and it's gonna do 18 damage to my poor Mandragora. You're gonna basic attack and you're gonna hit that up as well. I kind of want to heal everybody. Heal all eyes for 2x7. Snow support would also be quite nice, but I think I want to opt for damage here. Pollen Blast can neutralize it quite well. We're gonna Pollen Blast. So you're gonna do 3 less damage because of each weakness, which is great with the Hexing Strikes. So as you can see, 3 less hits, 3 less damage per hit. And now I'm sat here just wondering, what happened to all of my ether that I was so proudly, boldly proclaiming that I had loads of? Purge to Steel to... If I were to punch, then I do Earth Strike, which is great. So we're gonna do basic attack, then we're gonna go for Swipe, which will then interrupt, which will do Shock, which does more damage and more interrupts, which is good. Now your 2 basic attacks. Yes, lovely. You only do 2 damage there. You do 1 damage each. Oh, I haven't seen a star spawn this neutered before in a long time. It feels great. Right, so we're going to be able to interrupt the first one, but the Icy Assault is going to be awful. So we can just go for a basic attack here to be able to reduce it down even more whilst generating Earth. You're missing Fire, Water, Wind. Not much I could do there for you. I could do triple wind attack with a chance to be able to hit additional. Let's do that first. Perfect. Stick hit and also the additional shield hit. And now you're only left with that. We're gonna craft the memento, so we're gonna get the boss with the star spawn. And now, I don't really want to use anything too crazy here because you have Earth Ether. I really want to be able to stop you from doing that. We're gonna go for the basic attack, apply 2 more instances of weakened. We also heal ourselves up, so that's going to be perfect. And now we can scarf the enemy. So we're going to apply the burn, which means that our later attacks with the assault, aggressive assault thing, is going to be able to do a lot of purging. We are going to purge the crap out of this guy. Jeez Louise. Even with all of the weakness, we still took so much damage. There's fire. That's unfortunate because we wanted to use the alchemical charge to be able to purge and burn. But now we have Unleashed Tome. Lava Fling on interrupt applies burn, purge 2, steal 2 ether, steal 2 ether applies sidekick to self. Honestly, I'm kind of down for stolen gemstone. We steal 2 ether, that applies shock damage, and it also applies the burn damage tick. Now because we stolen, we can apply a chemical charge, which allows us to burn even more. But before that, I'm kind of tempted to give us mineralize and Healing Brew. Or do we go snow support? Let's say we steal 2. We also do a little bit of damage. That's the that's actually really cool how it triggers sidekick there, because yeah, it counts serious as an attacker. We can also get regeneration. We'll get regeneration on all of our allies, which also triggers Mandragora's other ability, which is going to be the Leeching Bond. Whenever one or more monsters' regeneration stats are consumed by this monster, it triggers, along with Poison, which is great. So we're going to do even more damage, but we need to be able to apply weakness at some point, so not immediately. Stone Fist. We're actually going to use Mineralize here for the extra little bit of shielding. Just shielding. And then we can Alchemical Charge and start stripping away its instances of Ether. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough to be able to stop it. There comes the Lava Surge. Ow! But we took very little damage in comparison to what we could have taken. Reset action power, so now it's fire, water that we're gonna have to work a chew through. Ugh. Yeah, what's up, baby? We are getting through it. We're at full life. You can Icy Assault. We're gonna Aethermancer Whip here. That does mean that it consumes the fire, so we're gonna hold off onto it just for a moment. I kind of want to use the Pollen Blast. Yes, that looks like a good choice. We're gonna Pollen Blast, which applies weakness, which will heavily reduce the amount that it's gonna be able to hurt us by. And then we want to be able to get the fire. So I think we want to use the Aethermancer Whip to be able to steal some. Oh, it gave us water. That was unfortunate. And then what do we do instead? We can use Skull to apply fire water. We can also apply Mineralize to be able to protect all of us again. That'd be really good. That did give us... No, it's unfortunate timing, but that's fine. And then we're going to go for Skull. So you're going to take the damage from the burn as well when you do your moves. Sidekick triggers, which is nice hits. I'm really hoping this is going to protect us. Okay, that was the Lava Burn. This is the Icy Assault. Oh my god! It was 11 damage every single hit. Mandragora, no! No! Oh my god, that's so much damage. Some of things never change. Holy smokes. He got cooked there. Stonefist time at least. We can at least beat the Star Spawn on this one. What? Can we? You have an explode. Wait. How much damage is that explosion gonna do? 3 times by 11, so it's gonna do 33 points of damage. I think we should be fine because I think the burn is gonna trigger. We're gonna Monster Blast first just in case, and then we're just gonna use Alchemical Charge. Okay, yeah. Even if it didn't, Gargoyle would have taken care of it, so that's completely okay. Oh, thank goodness. Oh. We managed to go through it, but not without a loss. Look at us. Oh my goodness. Let's go! Gargoyle level 7. Apply Psychic Self, charge up using fire. Or we can give ourselves max health. So we can actually change one of our skills. Water, Earth, cleanse the debuff, Sidekick, Dust Strike. On Interrupt applies power, then shields for 2 per power strike. Let's just go with maximum health. We're gonna need that. Oh, it's so scary. You just lost a monster in your last fight. This happens to all Aethermancers eventually. You may use the map to teleport to the monster shrine at the start of the zone to rebirth a new monster. Yes. So before we grab that, we're going to go back here. Rebirth a new monster. Oh, we can actually go for Orthus for that fire water. Let's do it, because then we also get 2 sidekick. Gargoyle is the highest level, so that's going to be... that means we're going to be level 6, then -4, which is huge. Oh, wait. It's even more less than that. But that works. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, collection, cleanse. I'm not too... Mandragora helped us so much with the healing. So I'm tempted to take the auto heal on attack. We're going to take it. Petal spell, Ember Dart. Heals a target for 3/5. Applies 3 temporary power to the ally. That's power brand. That's so good. Cleanses to debuff from self. Apply psychic to self. Petal spell. Water, earth. Water, earth. That is kind of two that we're also missing, despite having the alchemical charge. We're gonna go for the petal spell. I think it should be fine. Every 15 healing this monster receives or applies to allies, apply psychic to self. As long as this monster has psychic, other allies gain +2. I think quicken might be good. Because we have two ways to be able to apply sidekick. Oh wait, every 15 healing this monster receives or does. So you're healing by 2, and then you're not really healing whatsoever after that besides the attack. So that's gonna be 9. It will add up. Let's go quicken. And then we can use Snow Charm Perfect, which is a free action. For every 100 healing, we can go for uninterrupted apply sidekick itself. That's a lot of sidekick. But I don't really like any of this stuff. Let's go reroll. Make it double as nice so its sidekicks turn into 2x2 hits. For every 20 damage absorbed by shields on allies, apply power to that ally with the lowest amount of power. That can also be really good because we have so much shield. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, let's go make it double, which will help out myself, Authors and Gargoyle. We have a really good supporting doggo, which is great. And there's unfortunately nothing that we can really buy here. Oh, but we might be able to get an item. No, but we did get money. We aren't looking for crit, so the item isn't as useful. But we have another shop immediately afterwards. Is there anything that we really want? Mandragora, or we can rebirth the stars for that killed us. You're also fire water. Hang on a second. You're also fire water, which is the same as Orthus, but Orthus takes the role of a healer. And it's also got pretty good setup for it, you know, free action snow time healing into a into a quicken, which will surely give us the heal along with the auto heal and two-headed healing. Make it double for the sidekick that follows up afterwards. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. Consume the monster meal. Everybody's zombies are fully consumed besides Gargoyle. A fractured ruin. How did its name come to be? During Vigil's heyday, Monsterkin lived in splendor and unity here. They were free, yes, but more than that, they were united, developing their own culture independent from humankind. As Vigil fell, this unity fractured and Monsterkin spread to all corners of Terrace Day. The fractured ruins are a symbol of Monsterkin's history, you see. Care to buy anything? Oh, what a great transition. Right, so Heroic Horn applies power. Lance, increased defense. The first hit is also wild. Wait, Lance is crazy strong on sidekicks. I'm gonna be honest with you, because the ability to be able to use sidekick means that you get multiple hits. So each hit becomes wild, so each hit becomes an additional poise break. Or you can go for the talisman, which isn't really great. We're gonna go for Lance. I think Lance is a slam dunk here. That would be good on Gargoyle as well, but we're gonna rock with Orthus because Orthus doesn't do as many like big attacks. Plus power to a monster. Oh, that can be good. I kind of want to give ourselves more EXP. Gargoyle, Grimire hitting level 7 is really nice here. We don't have to play with any of this stuff. Purges 2 enemy ether, generates fire. Dedicated support. That can be good, but we really want to just attack because of the enkindled ether. We're gonna go for max HP because you are painfully squishy. Nice, and then we're gonna call that. So here's hoping that we're gonna pop off. I think I'm pretty happy with all of the items given to all of our units. I would like to see it upgraded rather than exchanged. The only one that might want to change is maybe the staff, but it should be fine. Loot drop epic, I think it's too risky. Will the knight upgrade or will it swap out? Let's go with the envoy because I can look for artifacts, which I think will be quite nice. Wow, guys, check out this completely new zone. It's the Garden District. We made it as the stars fall. Now we're on to the new content, the never before seen, exploring the wilds and the wastes with all of the newest little creatures. What is that? That looks like a sphinx. Look at that snake. And there's a person trapped inside. Hang on a sec. We gotta do things in order. It's Alien. Void is the ever-destroying, ever-changing, ever-creating substance of the universe, a manifestation of the entropy. Void materializes naturally when a body of enormous amount of ether dies, such as a star. Nobody knows then why an unprecedented amount of void would appear on Terrace and the fractured ruins of all places. We can trade in our items for interesting upgrades. I like the Aethermancer whip because it steals. We're instead going to send in the Hexing Harp. Eliath seems cool and collected, but as a fellow Aethermancer, you can tell they are tired and nervous. Serious, my reconnaissance mission has taken me to the deepest level of the void today. I've amassed multiple powerful artifacts. I won't have needed all of them, but I also don't wish to leave myself fully exposed. I propose a trade. Let's go Hexing Harp. I believe it will serve me well. Which one would you like in return? Oh, Aethermancer whip +1. So I get to deal same amount of damage, but I get additional charge. Deck of cards. Consume all your ether, then generate 7 random ether. Consumes is a really interesting keyword choice, because that might be able to just make us instantly be able to use the Grimoire's effect, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's check out deck of cards. Right, so 3 new enemies. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a heads up right now. You guys can't see this guy because you only see its butt, but we need to hit this guy, which has 6 wind poise, and we're going to take it down to 4. The reason is straightforward. Basically, check out these new guys first of all. Look at all of them. They look so sick. Right, allow me to introduce you to our new scary friends, okay? Oh, they are so terrifying. I don't even know where to begin with this. Right, so first things first, we have Amit. This is the guy that I was saying, oh, we need to break Amit's poise as fast as possible. Why? Well, let's just say this. Amit has the signature ability Glutton, but before that, it has 141 health. The Sphinx has 94. Medusa has 94. So he has almost 50 more life than his counterparts. Glutton, its signature trait, has regeneration. Heals this monster for 10% of its max HP rounded up, but doesn't trigger at the start of turn. On attack from this monster or its minions, trigger regeneration on self and deals a fire hit to a target enemy equal to the healed amount. When this guy attacks, it deals an additional 14 damage. Additional. The thing is, I don't think that is yet to calculate the +3 damage from perks. So that does 17 damage per hit. This is a big boy. He's a tank. He summons. He has regeneration. He has a freaking sprout, right? Which is insanity, which is kind of scary. Dedicated, redirect to self, regeneration, permanently increases max HP by 1 when used for the first time each combat. Not relevant since there's going to be enemies, that's fine. He has a summon. The Glutton trait triggers per summon, by the way, which means it's going to do 17 damage for every instance. So, sorry, for each time it attacked. So, on attack and on summon. So, it could do 28 damage if it has the summon. Oh, God. It does 28 damage. This guy will shred through your team. Blossoming Strike, regeneration to all allies, applies a crystallizer regeneration to all allies, and then shield for each stack of regeneration. If it uses Summon and Firelands, I am boned with a capital B. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be doing that. Instead, it's going to use Blossoming Strikes, which still does 21 plus 17. Yeah, that's 38 damage. That basically one-shots Grimoire. Oh, it also almost one-shots Orthus. Oh, great. Okay, so entire team just dies. A chemical burst, 4 times by 6 damage. Oh, we haven't even talked about the other guys. Sphinx has Exalted. Oh yeah, at the start of its turn, apply Sidekick. We're going to be taking additional damage just from Sphinx existing, which is like an additional 7. So we actually get one shot.
Bowl of water.
Thanks so much for the hydrate. This is bad news. The only good thing is that this monster can't learn any attacks. But oh my god, we're in such a bad state. What is this? Limitation of words. Retaliation cleanse oneself. Every 4 debuffs to cleanse oneself triggers an attack that deals damage to all our enemies. Oh, we are so boned. It also applies sidekick, so if whatever Emmet attacks, we're gonna get deleted. So I don't even know what to do here. I want to be able to break Emmet as fast as possible. The only way we're gonna be able to do that is by trying some weird stuff. We're gonna start with Mineralize. Psychic generation, so we're gonna be able to do some of that stuff. That's great. I'm gonna use Snow Charm on myself. This gives me bonus shield. That also allows me to trigger the bonus action. That's fine. And then we want to use 2x6. I think we're going to use a basic attack against you so that we can start triggering all of this stuff. Very nice. There's a bonus hit. There's the stagger. Great. So we can craft the memento. We're going to get Amit. Amit is terrifying. Oh my goodness. It's so bulky. It does so much damage. Oh god. What can't it do? What can't it do? We're gonna have to. I think we're gonna go for a swipe here, or we're gonna go for scout for the 2x6. Swipe isn't nearly as effective. We can even go for our chemical charge. It's 46 damage. If I go for this, then you'll be able to do shock damage against your adjacent friend. There we go. And then all of this is gonna be able to jump in as well with the sidekick damage. Nice for the double hit. And then you also apply healing and power to yourself. Right, so you apply the basic heal. You also have sidekick. You go for the basic attack, which hits the gargoyle, and then Sphinx does an additional lot of damage. So it chews through all of the shield, which is I think about 6, plus 11 additional HP. That was 17 damage. There's so much damage. I'm petrified. Fortunately, we do have Burn Wave, which is a nice little AoE thing. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to matter, as we get our ass absolutely handed to us. We have Fire, Wind, Water to consume. We're going to use... we can use Snow Support, we can use Snow Charm. We're going to use Snow Charm as... oh, we're staring down the barrel of a lot of damage. Orthus is going to be able to Snow Charm itself to be able to get itself out of the shield side. We have to be careful of fire, so we're going to immediately use the Fire Fang to be able to trigger onto you, which allows us to get Grimoire's signature ability, which gives us another free action, which is Unleash Tone. Unleash Tone is then going to be staring down the face as we go through and be like, yo, help. And then we're going to be like, yo, I got nothing. And I'm going to stand there and be like, oh, bollocks. Consumes all fire ether for +1 points. No. Bonfire heals all, applies burn to all, free action. No. Lava Tide. Lava Tide purges 1 ether, on instruction generates 1 random ether. We're going to select Lava Tide, and then we're going to come to the realization that even if we were to block everything, it doesn't do anything. So we're going to have to take a step back here. Which means that we're probably going to want to use... how do we do this? We can Mineralize or we can use Stone Fist. Mineralize or Stone Fist. They're both really good options here. I think if we Stone Fist here, that will apply the Fire Burn, which isn't as great. And then what do we do afterwards? We can always just rely on using Scout after, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad. It's not really what we want. We want the Fire Burn. We're going to go for Mineralize. I don't think we're going to be able to get a Fire Burn because we need a Fire Ether, even though we got an Earth Ether. That's to be expected. So we're going to use the Lava Tide, hit everybody. And it has... oh god. Okay, so we're able to hit with the Fire Kindled. You're going to be able to do the bonus hit. Orthus is able going to chew on you for a little bit. You gain an additional sidekick, which is excellent. Which means that we're going to be able to take on... we want to kill you. The problem is, I don't think that's going to help us. So instead, we're going to use the Aethermancer Whip, hit Amit, which will trigger the additional attacks from Orthus, which is perfect. And then we're going to use, not Swipe, we're going to use Scald instead, which triggers Burn and Scald, which then also staggers you. So you can't do anything. You almost die, but I think you almost die. Sphinx is using Electrical Jolt, which gives everybody power, which gives you guys 2 power. You also have Sidekick. So we're going to be able to navigate through this. Oh, thank God. There is an end. There is an end. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be looking at Snow Charm. So we're going to give Grimoire +6 shield so we can get bonus damage. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the Petal spell, which is going to be triggering against the Sphinx, which is fine, which will knock its poise down to 3. We can use Swipe, which would be fine, but instead we're going to use the Stone Fist so that we still have additional shielding coming online. We're able to stagger and break that. That's great. That's going to be the first sidekick damage, and then we're going to be able to use the second sidekick damage after the Grimoire is going to be able to secure the blow. So I think what we do is actually we target the Medusa, kill the Medusa, and then Orthus can finish the job on Sphinx. Oh, crisis averted at full life. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Guys, everything is pain. Everything is fear. Everything is scary. Oh. Support damage. We did a lot of damage there. I don't think we could have done it without Orthus's help there with all of the sidekick. Well, this is what is talking about having a well-structured team. We got a Lance, which is rare. Oh my god, that's gonna be really good. You do wind damage, fire damage, which both suck ass. But the staff does the bonus hit. We don't actually need the bonus hit, but we might need to put later down. But the Lance will allow us to help us out with the different sidekick damage. Wind damage +1, it does help. The +1 hit is so good, but you generate water, which I don't really care about, and you also have +5 fire. Okay, we're gonna switch over to the Lance. I think that's gonna pop off with our sidekick. If not, we're gonna eat ass and it's gonna escape fast. We're gonna just get out of here if we can. What's next? Wow, this is the portal room already. Wow. Ether Spring 3rd tier is gonna scale up so good. We're going around and around. Let's explore the rest of the place, shall we? Oh? Monster Soul. Look at you! Nick! You're the guy on the title sequence. Look how amazing that was doing. Oh my god. Look at his chonky ass tail. It's so chonkers. Look at it. It's huge. It's awesome. Yo, what's up, Naga? It's the Naga. I love that. Each time I see one of these new monsters, I'm just like, yo, you look so awesome. Right. You have the signature trait, Fearless. While this monster has 1 or more force, it evades the first hit of each enemy attack and as Retaliate, trigger a 2x2 fire water attack against the enemy. Oh boy. He has force, applies force to self, applies for 2 force to self, applies for every stack of force, apply 5 damage. 5 skill 1 times by 28 damage. Do 5 additional damage if the target has a shield. Oh my god. Hey, look, it's a tactile worm. It's a tactile worm that's full of buffs. And then we have Sphinx. So main damage dealer is going to be the Naga. So we definitely want to deny the Naga as much as possible. The problem is, our shield, we give it +5 damage, which makes it neutralized. Not the worst, not the best, very scary. We're going to start with Mineralize. Everybody gets a shield. We're going to go for +5, that's fine. We get an Ether Generation, which is perfect. And we get Attack Kick. No Charm. I think we're going to Snow Charm either ourselves or the Gargoyle. We're going to give it to ourselves. Orthus is going to have way more psychic opportunities, so might as well give us the shield to give the +1 damage that we get from the Gargoyle. Now we're going to be playing around with how do we pop off in terms of damage. If we were to basic attack, what do we get? We get Fire Water, which means we get access to Scald. Because we get access to Scald, means we're in the exact same situation as we were before. So we are in a funny little sing and dance situation where we do want to get the additional attack. We're gonna go for the Sphinx with the Fire Fang to shoot into that. Gargoyle is gonna be really good here and be able to do 2 instances of damage, 3 instances of damage actually because of the additional hit. And now we're gonna be sat here trying to figure out what the frick we can do. Ideally, we use the Aethermancer whip. I think we're actually gonna use the deck of cards because we get 7 random ether charges. So we consume, we gain, perfect, which means that we get just enough for swipe. Swipe is going to make you stop stealing. Swiper, no swiping. As we hit the Sphinx, we're going to do significant amounts of shock damage. We have the 3 burn. Sidekick triggers from Orthus. Boom, ticking down the Sphinx. We have an ether problem. On turn 1 anyway. Oh god, Smog. No. No. Ow. Ow. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, ow. We're good. Okay, we didn't break the shield. It's fine. The shield hold. Okay, they've... Oh, God. Ow, ow. Right, we're good. Burn wave can burn the wave, which can be good. We're going to give you Snow Charm to be able to see whether you can get the extra shielding. That'll be fine. We do have access to Unleash Tome, which makes me want to go and use Mineralize so that everybody gets shield, and you also do the +1 damage, plus 50% crit chance. Perfect. Now we're going to use the Unleash Tome. Ball Lightning is great here because not only does it purge the ether, which immediately stops Tatsuo, it also interrupts the Naga, which means that we do even more damage. So one of you is going to get executed, and it might as well be the Naga, because we're going to have water damage with the assault later down, I hope. There's the Ball Lightning, there's the additional shocks, there is all of that stuff. Orthus is coming in to give you a bit of a chomp. Sorry, that is going to be Gargoyle first, and then it's going to be Orthus, which is perfect. We're going to heal up. That means that we're going to get enough for side kick because of Quicken. Now we're going to get our Chemical Charge plus the side kick from Orthus, and that is going to be the fight. Clean, simple fight. Quick to go through. Nice. Turn 1 is our scariest bit. If we can get through turn 1, we pop off. And we also get 3 EXP per fight. Completely forgot to mention that. Oh my god, Split Ether is going to be so good. On attack, consume 1 Wild Ether to deal 7 wild damage here and purge enemy Ether. Yeah, we're taking that. Cleansing Rain, Blood Drain, Fire, Ember Dart. Heal self. I'm working on Quicken and make it double for every 15 healing that's what supplies receive. Cleansing Rain, dedicated support. It's double water, but you actually do damage with this one. But your water applies sidekick to self. We can get rid of Aqua Pounce. Aqua Pounce is kind of useless because it's a 3x3, so we can skip that and just go for that instead. Unless we're missing fire. We're not really missing as much fire as the fact that we can't use it as much. And we also have Snow Charm, which we're going to be burning every single time anyway. So might as well go for Blood Drain. It's either Blood Drain or we'll go Cleansing Rain. I think dealing damage is going to be super useful still. And we also heal for self quite a lot. We're going to go Blood Drain. And we're going to get rid of Aqua Pounce. Wonderful. Authors gain the XP! No, we did it on Gargoyle. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat the small details. In this case, it's a very big detail that we're going to sweat about. This is strange. Do you notice how this looks weird? Something tells me we might need a meta upgrade. Ta-da! Oh! What the frick is that? It's a bird guy. It's a bird monk prayer guy. With double Nagas! Double Nagas! Uh-oh. It is squishy, which does look good. I think you're a genie, aren't you? The Jinn. That was it. The other genie. You have levitation on a signature trait. For every 9 ether consumed by allies, applies dodge to this monster. Oh, Jesus. But each attack consumes dodge stack to gain 30% crit chance and 3 crit damage. So if you dodge, you don't do damage. But if you have dodge, you slap harder. Well, this is not good. You also have a signature ability called 3 Wishes. She's one of the 3 Wishes actions that have not been used as combat yet. That's so cool. I love that. Right. You have a blood drain. My blood is already drained. I'm going to be honest with you. Because this is not... the blood is drained from my face. Because this is an absolutely terrifying situation. We can mineralize to be able to help us with the big initial bonk. That would be quite nice. We're going to mineralize. Ta-da! Psychic generation giving us a little bit more water, which will out. That's perfect because that will allow us to be able to use Scald after being able to use the Pedal Strike because you consume 1 earth, 1 water, and then you have one water, 1 fire left over. So Pedal Striking, and then we can hit you for the Dijin. Get the Dijin out of the way so it doesn't ramp up and do a bajillion damage. I hope. Right, there's the earth, and now because we have the initial hit, we can use Scald, or we can just go for a basic attack. Basic attack goes hard here. Why should we where to use this? Okay, it doesn't matter. So we're going to go for the basic attack to be able to generate the wild ether, which is great because this is going to be killed because of the Orthus sidekick damage, especially, and the enemy is going to be shocked enemy. Never mind, it doesn't matter because that we're generating so much stuff, it just explodes. So Orthus can hit someone else. There you go. There it goes into the Naga. Wonderful. Perfect. Beautiful. Juicy. Tasty. Ow. Shield hurt. Fortunately, I wasn't able to punch through. Gargoyle is able to take that, which is great. We're going to be able to generate through that. Okay, good. So, what are we missing? Fire and wind. Fire here. Water, wind here. Done. We're going to give that to good old Gargoyle. Sorry, Grimoire. We're going to go for a fire attack here. We will retain our sidekick for the next friend, which will be perfect. Now we can use Unleash Tome, or we go Mineralize first. We go Mineralize first. Because now we're also able to get the additional shielding. We probably should have done this first. It's fine, don't worry about it. Anyway, Unleash Tome. What the frick? Wildflower Harvest. 3 times by 8 water earth damage against a single enemy. On interrupt, generate 3 wild ether. Generates wild ether. Okay, if you're dead, you're interrupted. Great. Or we can drown, or we can use Void Lightning. So one of you will perish. Let's use 1 ether to ourselves. We're just going to use Wildflower. And I think we're going to get maximum value off of just killing this guy. So we're going to kill this guy. The other guy gets staggered. There's a shock. There's a bonus damage. It's great. Orthus, no, Gargoyle first, which kills you. Orthus is able to hit the other guy. Perfect. Now you also gain the power. Oh, beautiful. The only downside is we can't stagger you, but we can do significant amounts of damage with the base attack. Wild, we get so go for the ether split, able to do that. Sidekick damage, big. Okay, I'm really glad that you're only able to basic attack. This has been really, really good. The fact that we haven't seen another Amit pack yet is awesome. If we have an encounter with 2 Amits, oh my god, I think we are absolutely turbo boned. It is not a good look. But this had a 2 Nagas and addition. Fine. Smooth sailing, low HP totals. We can just smash through. Gargoyle leveling up, getting that juicy level 8. We do have a trait we can grab. For every 3 wind ether consumed by allies, apply psychic to self. As long as this one has psychic, other allies gain +2 damage. You don't get that much psychic. These hit with power damage equal to the total amount of power on the party. That can be nice. But we are just drinking wind ether, no? You use Snow Charm. Sometimes you go for a wild hit. Swipe gets used occasionally. We get a little bit. Let's go Helping Winds. I'm pretty sure we can make good use of that. Boots, rare boots. Initial weakness 2 applies 2 weakness to enemy. Wind generator +1. That would have been great if we had the Mandragora. Then that would have been able to give us a lot of damage. But we don't have that, so we're just gonna say bye-bye, bye-bye, as we go to the next level. I love ether spray, ether spray. Look at these pots. Look how beautiful the side background is. Look at it. It's so pretty. Wow. We can't enter the buildings, unfortunately. It's not that style of game. Right. Earth damage, wind damage. We gotta get earth damage, right? Gargoyle's going over there, popping heads. Wind is less used. It's gotta be earth. Right, so what's below us? Oh! A soul altar. A crude altar crafted by the Monster King, made centuries ago as a place of worship for the monster deities. Tiberian will be quite happy about this. Temporary bonus. Sure, let's release a soul. Generate 2 wild ether at the start of combat for 2 turns. That is insane. We're taking it. We're taking it. We're taking it. We're taking it. We have ether problems. We're going to resolve ether problems, even if it's temporarily. What the? Oh! Oh my god, you're such a sick scorpion looking ass creature. I remember you. Right, give me the good news. Do we have any more? No, we have no more black mementos. No. Circuit. Judgment. This is a new creature. Look at this. Look at the Scorpion boy. He's an Earth, Wind, Poison, Shield, Force. Judgment is his signature trait. Aura. Whenever one or more shielded allies get attacked, triggered poison on the enemy and applies force to the attacked ally. What? Circuit plus Naga combo goes hard. Plus a gargoyle. Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Soul shield applies shields target ally for 2 times by 3. Applies 3 poison. Oh my goodness. Shield target ally. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Well, have you met Fear? Because this is what Fear looks like. I believe the answer is going to be Snow Charming on classic Grimoire start. Wonderful. Mineralize to give the shield to everybody. We get side kick. Now we probably want to be able to... We can either petal spell or we can do something else. Why did we just use it for a normal basic attack? I think that would pop off quite nicely. What are you missing? You're missing double fire. But I could also just allow you to swipe and then that would be plenty. Let's go for... Blood Drain on the circuit. That gives me the Psychic plus the healing. Also consumes a bunch of wild stuff, which is great. And now you can just finish you with a basic attack. Because of our lance, I think. Nice. Wild hit, Ether Split, basic attack. Consume the wild ethers. Here comes the Psychic triggers. Wonderful. Ow. You ate through the shield. Hold. There's Smog, which is scary. Poisoning on everybody. And my Gargoyle is meant to be my tank, but my tank is getting a bit deleted right now. Ow. Fire, wind. Fire, wind. Fire, wind. We're gonna Snow Charm. We're gonna give it to the Gargoyle because the Gargoyle desperately needs it now. We're just missing fire. We can use the Fire Fang. Trigger onto you, that's fine. We get Sidekick, we get additional fit. Good. Now we can use Mineralize. So now we have a bunch of Psychic that we were going to be able to help out with. Okay, what do we do here? Steal 2 Ether, that's kind of fun. Heals all allies. That might be necessary because I don't know what the frick this thing is. What is that? What is that? 3 times by 7 damage. So you do 21 points of damage, applies 3 poison to all, and generates a random ether. And you're going to do 8, 16, 24, applies 8. Okay, Orthus is dead. We gotta stop this. How do we stop this? Wild Gemstone, healing is not going to be the play. Stolen Gemstone might be a play. Steals 2, applies sidekick, 2 sidekick to self. That sounds like so good though. That does stop that. How are we going to stop you then? Because we don't have any fire. But a basic attack apparently does enough job. Okay, right. So in that case, we are just going to Stolen Gemstone. We're going to steal the Gemstone off of you. Great. And now we can basic attack and then just delete you. Please work. Oh god, please work. Basic attack works. Split ether works. Fire ether works. Okay, so you're interrupted. Gargoyle punch, and then Orthus is going to be able to whistle you down, especially with a Psychic plus the water bonus. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Right. Oh, terrifying. There goes the damage ticks. That's fine, and then we're going to be able to just hopefully crash through this. Stone Fist with the double sidekicks. Let's go. 30 points of damage, Psychic, boom, boom, boom. That's fighting Kid of Fire and plus a Wild Ether plus Shock. Stagger bonus. Oh my goodness. So the Sidekick on the Grimoire is insanity. Especially with the pairs of Ether it can use. Epic Lance. So what do I have? Debuff cleanse, initial shield, wild generator. Oh, so good. Oh my god. We can give it to Orthus or Gargoyle. Orthus pops off the most because it has the most sidekick. Wild generator is so nice, being able to generate additional stuff, but I'm rarely able to. Oh, actually, I can find the time to use it. That's not too bad. Initial shield is good, and also it gains the additional +1 damage from the Gargoyle effect if I were to do that. Yes, perfect. Right, so where do we need to head off to? We just got a really big damage amp, which is great. Wait, what was that? Interact with this large part. Interesting to see so many relics unbroken. We just dashed through all of them. Sorry. I'm spoiled by the war and touched by the tides of time. Or the monster king spread to all corners of Terrace after the fall of Vigil, they still share a respect for the holy city and history. Sorry. Whoa! Who are you? Sundor, you're a giraffe warrior. Giraffe knight? Hail, Aethermancer. I am Sundor of the Steppes. I'm here to investigate the void and put an end to it. If you wish, I'll let you assist me. For one, could you watch over me while I take a few hours to rest my eyes? I don't think you should do that. There's a place called Pilgrim's Rest that'd be perfect for that though, just outside the void. Indeed, I must have missed it somehow when I rushed inside the void. Well, you can find it if you just follow the path behind me. Alright, I should head there immediately then. And once my weary body has recovered, I will return to end this void once and for all. Ta-da! Corruption cleanse. That's really nice. There's a monster hidden behind here. Oh god. Okay, Naga, Sphinx, and Sekhmet. All kind of troublesome. Let's deal with the Sphinx first because that provides a lot of sidekick attack. Right. There we are. Whoops. We have our classic snow support. We're going to give this to you. Gargoyle mineralize to shield up. Perfect. Basic attack gives us water, fire, and wild, which is insane. I kind of want to try and take care of you. Do we have enough? Or we can go for blood drain. Our chemical fire might be the idea. It does stop that. Basic attack will help as well. We're gonna basic attack Sekhmet. There's the sidekick, huge. And now we can go for our chemical fire, which completely cripples you. Goodbye, my friend. Nice. That basic attack is huge, giving us an additional wild ether as well. Oh, beautiful. That supporting attack hurt. I'm glad it was Gargoyle taking the hits, but my gosh, was that a lot of damage taken? Mineralize for the sidekick. You're already at 7, perfect. Snow support, going to give yourself a bit of a healing up. And then what we can do is we're going to Fire Fang you, triggering the Gargoyle a little bit, that's fine. And then we can use Scald to finish, to interrupt you. Oh, we actually got the crit off, which is really good. That gives us a little bit more damage, which means that we can now, boom, interrupt, which triggers the burning damage, and also get healing and power. Electrical Jolt, that's okay. You have 112 HP. I swear you only had like 90 HP a moment ago. Unleash Tome is going to be enough. We have Bonfire, Ball Lightning, and Drowned. Ball Lightning, what a hero. We're gonna mineralize here. And then we're gonna Ball Lightning here. Ta-da! With the interrupt, that should be perfect. Side kick gives us stagger. Orthus gives us another helping hand. Nice. And then this should be it. We set up the sidekick damage, and that's going to be plenty. Ta-da! Goodbye, my friend. Nice. Clean fight, not too bad. You gotta make sure you have a really powerful build by this point, otherwise things are scary. Nice! Author's finally hitting level 8. We get a trait. Whenever Psychic is applied to this monster, generate a random ether. Oh my goodness! Sidekick generator, huge. Burn conversion, because he's too burnt. No, don't need that. Stealing dust, that's a free action, so we don't need that. We're just gonna get max HP. And stolen gem, so steals 2 ether, sidekick. None of this is what we're really looking for. If there was some kind of like some kind of free action, that'd be great. We're gonna reroll to see whether it exists. We didn't get it in this run, which is okay. Electrical jolt, sidekick to self, temporary power to allies. Energy rush, we don't really need you to do damage. We're just gonna give you max HP. Be a good tank, please. We also reached level 9, which is excellent. Oh, frog. Oh, the equivalent exchange. There's not really going to be much that we're looking for. I think we're going to give gold and get as much ether crystals as we can. And we're going to give 15 gold. I don't think we can use this again. Yeah, we can just use... Yeah, we're done here. Now we're at 928 ether crystals. That's perfect. That's really good for us. Ah, it's the boss already. I don't... Let's go to... We have 28 coins already, but I don't think that it's going to be able to do much. I think what we're going to try out is the witch. Or we can try something different with... And try and get a lance upgrade. Is there anything that we want to change? Not really. I'm really happy with everything that's come up. Okay, we're going to skip that. Oh, but maybe a trait. Well, let's go to the night. Hello there, good old nighty friend. Ah, it's nice to take in the scenery and vast past this place unveils. A bit overgrown, yes, but doesn't that only further enrich the tale? Each vine, each leaf, each building has its story to tell. Yo, what's up, Emerald? How you doing? Hi, Wednesday. Hope you're doing well, friend. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you, thank you. I must have missed your message. Whoops. My mistake, my mistake. How you doing? We're playing Aethermancer today, and we're having a jolly good time. I'm engrossed in it right now, as we are going for the creature collecting roguelike. It gets released tomorrow. We simply need to listen. Oh, we can trade in. Oh, I don't want to trade in though. Unfortunate. Is that worth it? Wild damage +2 is really good. No worries. Aethermancer looks so cool. It is really awesome. But refusing gives you gold. But we get epic equipment. Are we at the point where we need the wild damage? No, because the boss, I don't know what the boss will do. Might be colorless. So I'm really stuck here. I guess we trade in and go for an epic equipment. Staff epic. Oh my god, it's huge. Hit +1, sidekick damage +1, increases the damage of sidekick on allies by 1. And we over and Orthis and both Gargoyle also gives +1 sidekick. That's great. Burn on hit is really nice because it gives a chance to burn, which triggers other effects. Epic armor. Ether chance, +33% chance to generate additional ether. That's also great. Shield cell, power chance, blade epic, 20% chance, 10% chance, earth generator, initial weakness 2. It's a toss up between armor and staff. Being able to chance apply burn is awesome. Armor, which is epic, which gives self shield for 4, which means you actually get net +4, so you actually trigger a higher chance of being able to do more sidekick over more turns. So you just get more. Oh my goodness. Power ether. Ether chance is also really good though. Damage or shielding and generation of more ether. We don't really run into any ether problems now. I think we're gonna take the staff. Yeah, we're taking the staff. We are going to go towards the third boss of the game, which isn't in the demo. There's a demo right now, by the way, which is free. Look at you. This big guy. He has 9 poise, 9 earth, 9 fire. This is going to be a big one. And we have no craft mementos. No. We are going to be fighting Hecatoncheles. His signature, 100 hands. Gains aging. At the end of your turn, if this monster has 3 or more age, triggers an attack against each enemy that deals 1 times by 5 fire damage for every 3 age stacks and applies 1 weakness per enemy to each enemy. That is scary. The longer the fight goes, the stronger it gets. Summon Mastery. Aura minion damage +1. This minion monster can have +1 additional minion attached to it. And you're going to be summoning a minion, the Fire Lance, with 4 essences. So, how do we play? Snow Charm first, as always. Onto the... How much damage does your basic attack do? So you're going to do 1 times by 9 damage against the target, and then your minion's going to take a hit. And then your goal is going to do 2 times by 7. You do 14 with a basic. Oh, jeez. Snow Charm, we're going to be giving it to the Grimoire. We are going to be giving ourselves Mineralize, so we get the additional armor. We are going to be going through and giving a basic attack so we can generate additional ether. Look at that beautiful ether generation. Nice sidekick, also helping out. The guaranteed hit from the gargoyle, cheering through all of that stuff. Now, purchase 2 enemy. We can't, there's not necessarily much to purge there. But if we do Scald, we can also burn the enemy. Whilst also cycling trigger stuff. Yeah. We apply the burn. The burn is going to be really, really important. So there's burn. There's the initial burn because we poise broke 1 section. There's the stagger, which then interrupts. It was the interrupt which did, I think. Ta-da! You do 14 points of damage. I'm really grateful that we were able to stagger on turn 1. Now, we need to optimize the amount of damage. Because so far, we've already done about 90 points of damage. Right, what's next? Jeez! What's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? So glad to hear from you. We are on Hecatoncheles. This is my 2nd time playing through on a brand new save file. Right, our chemical charge seems to absolutely shred through the enemy. Nervous but alive. Hell yeah! Oh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. This game has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been really fun. Right, so how do we do this? We want to be able to hit the enemy, but we also want to make sure that we have enough for this, which means we need 2 fire, 2 water. So we have 1 water and 0 to spare. This will be fine. So what we're going to do is give this to... We're going to get 5 from our ally. We're going to give this to ourselves because we have sidekick damage. Perfect. Then we're going to we're going to mineralize first, which gives us all additional sidekicks and sidekick generation for the ether. We're then going to basic attack to give us additional ether generation, because the split ether and also the enkindled ether that Grimoire has on basic attack eats an additional ether. And now we can use alchemical charge, which will do from 491 all the way down to 345. Perfect. Let's do this. And we also completely purge it, so it doesn't. So it's not able to consume as much ether. There's a shock. There's the 2 splits. There's an additional shock, and there is the shielding coming through. And now we get access to our signature. In 2 turns, we have half the boss's health. Nice. Can we beat it before the final age? I don't think we can do 300 damage so far. Reset action summon. There it is. Ah, you got it summon, but you should be fine. Right. So how do we do this? I kind of want to use mineralize first. We're gonna mineralize, so then Grimoire gets to 7. You have a wind, water, poise. Snow Charm is going to be good. What is that? Crystal charge, 3 times by 9 wind damage. 27 damage if this monster has 3 or fewer age applied. Oh, next turn is going to get age. So you do 27 damage plus 20, so you do 50 damage. What? And then next turn, because it's going to be age 3, you did additional 1.5 times. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this is scary. We're going to... I don't even know who to give it to at this point. We already used our shield. We're going to go snow support ourselves. We should have given it to Grimoire. And now we're going to unleash. So what do we have? Ball lightning, it's not great. Lava tide, oh, no, neither of these are great. On interrupt, deals 5 hits to all actions. Sure. 2 times by 7 also does wind. This will help out. It does fire wind, so that's good. And it also interrupts, so that means we get to trigger shock. There's a shock on the interrupts. There's the wild ethers. Gargoyle punching through. That will help tear through the wind, which means we're left with some water. So we can use our chemical charge, which will help to cope with that. That will perfectly drain us back to 0. We can also go with blood drain, which will heal up and give us more sidekick. But it means that we won't be able to cast that. Instead, we can cast a Scout, I think. I think so, because we get Wild Ether. Nice. There's the Stagger, huge. That's so good. Nice, and we also get double Sidekick, which gives us double shield gen. So now, all that's left is to be able to manage to deal with that. So we can apply Burn, apply Swipe, or Basic Attack. Basic Attack will give us a lot of the Ether Split generation. There we are. 2 Ether Split, that's okay. Ortis takes a hit, deals a hit. Sound Wave hurts. There it is. 20 damage to everybody. -1 essence. Start of the age. Okay, good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I believe this is gonna be. This is almost it. Oh my god! I think this is the fight. We mineralize. Huge. This is big generation. Alchemical fire. Let's go. Alchemical charge. Let's go. The Gemma hit, the double punch, the double shock, the ether splits, the double burn triggers, all the shielding. And then Gargoyle punches it to finish the job. Nice. Oh. Huge. We beat Hecatoncheires. Oh, yo, what's up, Love Elemental? Lovely to hear from you. Do you have a favorite, like, earth, wind, water, fire type element? Not just from Aethermancer, but overall. I've always really liked water. I like how flowing water is. That's always been my personal preference in leaning into these. But fire also excites me. I like the aggression of fire. I don't know. I really like all of them. I love the aggression and the power of fire, the sturdiness and stability of earth, the fluidity and healing of water, and just how wind is so free and it gives you so much utility in everything. I like all the elements. I really do. I really appreciate all of them. There's Hecatoncheires. And we also get an item. It's a rare lance. How poetic. The lance is coming back to us. But that's going to be fine. We got the psychic damage. Psychic damage. Right, what is next? Even I haven't been to the end of this, so this is going to be a nice surprise for both of us. We have a pot. Consume the monster meal. Welcome to the sacred remains of Vigil, the holy city. Can you imagine what lavish lives the monster kin lived here hundreds of years ago? Of course, the Garden District was reserved for the most blue-blooded and noble monsterkin. Care to buy anything? Well, let's grab a deck of cards and some bonus XP, I guess. If we get lucky, we might be able to get an extra level, but I don't think so. Nope. All right, my friends, we're towards the end. Let us turn up the music just a little bit. Are you ready? What awaits us? The next zone? This pulsing beat? There's only one way to find out. We're close to the origin. I can feel it. Something seems to be locked behind a veil here, intentionally sealed away. So this void's no accident. There's another route, less hidden. I might be able to access it. All right, let's do this. Oh? We're back in the Forbidden Fortress. No, something seems off. It's distorted, even more than usual. We need to get ready. The route's approaching. What is this? This music. The organs. No way! No way! If you played the demo, you know exactly what this guy is. Hello, Aethermancer. To make it this far, quite impressive. So you do remember. You look well. Have you enjoyed life? Your freedom? Us. We could never imagine to complain. We take it your surprise has robbed you of your speech? Or is it the guilt? Who could say? Can you hear them? Farewell, Syrinx, for your soul will rot in the eternal flow of ether, as is their will. Oh my god! Round 1, Corrupted Ether. You attack first? Corrupted Ether? What? What? This enemy is special. The arms can be attacked and have traits. What? The 2 arms are immune to damage and can only be staggered. Staggering them temporarily removes them from the fight. Each turn, each arm curses a random monster of yours, corrupting its actions. What does it mean by corruption? Corrupted 15? What? Chernobog. Level 10. An Eldritch Horror as its trait. Gains aging. For every 3 age, applies terror. Oh god. Terror stacks to the enemy with the lowest amount of terror equal to the total amount of age on all allies. So you gain 3 terror? Oh Jesus. Nightmare. Terror application +1. You gain more than 3 terror? And suddenly turn deal a wild damage hit with 9 damage to all enemies with 5 or more terror. Synchronous aging. Whenever you reach 5 ether of the same element, applies age and shields of all allies with age for 7. What? Whenever you reach 5 of the same element, applies age and shield of all allies with age for 7. Oh Jesus. Hailstorm, Frightful Lightning, all of the things that we could have. Terror application +1 on your perk? Oh, I'm already terrified. Oh goodness. Corrupted 15? Snow Charm only gives 8 because it's a free action. So if I were to use this and I were to use both of my abilities, I get 23 corrupt. Surely corruption isn't that bad, because it's like a start of a fight, right? But we're in the middle of a fight, so what does it mean to be corrupted? What does it mean? Oh god, when a monster uses corrupt action, applies X corruption to it. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. It's terrifying. Oh my god. Oh god. We have 8 shield to start with. No, we don't. We can't go up to 8 shield. We're gonna start with Mineralize. We're gonna now Blood Drain. You have 670. He lacks critical information. What do you mean I lack critical information? Wait. I didn't read the arms. All non-basic attack chosen will become corrupt. 15 corrupted, 8 for free for the remainder of the round or until this arm is staggered. For the remainder of the round or until the end of... Okay. This limits immune to damage. It cannot be... cannot gain burst or deburst. Can only be temporarily knocked out, which lasts for 3 turns. Don't worry about it, you will see. This monster has no actions. Damage plus 5. What does it mean when I take... No. If I take too much corruption, do I die? Do I die if I take too much corruption? Oh. Flip. We're gonna carry on business as usual. I don't even want to use Snow Charm, even though I need to use it for my support. Oh god, how much damage do you do as a basic attack? You generate everything. Oh, fuck. Okay, it will be fine. We're gonna use basic attack. Okay, good. We're fine. It doesn't hit, that's okay. So, we can apply Burn Wave to do some AoE damage. We can use Alchemical Fire. We can Swipe. We can Scald. I'm tempted to use Aethermancer Whip. And then the follow attack will do Fire. I am worried about like what all of that is going to be. I'm going to use Alchemical Fire and hit main Chernobog first. If we can get Stagger on, that'd be great. That's big purging, that's good. Okay, not too bad. Round 2, does that cleanse the corruption? I just beat the demo, couldn't fight this guy. How do you fight him? I'm in early access, my friend. We're in early access. So, the corruption has not... Oh, God. Earth, water. Snow Charm, Petal Spell, Blood Drain. You will tomorrow. Yep. You will tomorrow. Corrupted 15. We're gonna hit this. That does multi-hits, that's great. Awesome. So now we can use the Unleashed Tome. But Lava Tide is great. Game is tough as nails. Right. Heal all allies, heal all allies. It looks like it's gonna be Lava Tide is gonna be the play. This will be able to interrupt this. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is that? That's Hailstone, which deals 4 terror to all enemies. 2x7, what is that? Apply to 5 terror to target enemy. Free action. That is not a pretty situation to go through. We're gonna Lava Tide this, and then we're gonna start hopefully working on breaking some of the arms. The right arm is staggered, great. Shock, it comes in clutch here. That's good. Right, so that removes some of that. So now we need to be able to remove that thing. We don't... How much ether do we have? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would like to use Swipe. I think Swipe would be really nice to be able to help break that. But I also really want to be able to break the center bit. So we're gonna Swipe this first. Okay, that's good. And then I want to be able to break the left-hand one. The only way we're going to be able to do that is if we can use Stone Fist on it. So I'm actually going to use deck of cards. Nice. Unlucky. Even if we were to basic attack, it doesn't do anything. But I don't really want to use Mineralize right now. We're gonna basic attack. This will give us a little bit of the ether generation. That's fine. You heal 57? Oh god, your arms. Oh, that is what I was looking for the demo. Minus 24 corruption. Minus 18 corruption. Wait, you've been healing? You have friends? You have Gargoyle and you also have my Orthus? Oh, fuck. By sapping all corruption from your 2 most corrupted allies, Chernobyl healed himself and created 2 corruption copies based on the amount of corruption. Based on the amount of corruption of respective monsters. Additionally, 2 arms now have the ability to steal 1 action from each cursed monster. Locking you from using it to free it, you need to stagger the corresponding arm. How many freaking arms do you have? Oh, we are in such a doo-doo spot. 2 aligning, less corruption. Corruption doesn't matter because it only matters if you're going into the next fight. I told you. Oh my god. So we're gonna break the other arm. That would be big for the saga. This should give us sidekick. Good. Right, perfect. So you break that. Now I need to be able to break you and kill you in time. So I can interrupt you, that's fine. So if this is going to be big damage. Big stagger. We have to hit you without giving code charge so we can purge all of this stuff. You definitely don't want to get hit by his icy wind. No, I don't want to get hit by anything. He can like it. Oh god. Oh, that is so much damage. Oh, that's also the terror because of the age. Ow. Okay, so we're taking them out of the fight temporarily. That's fine. I think what we want to do is snow charm ourselves, heal up a little bit. And then we definitely want to be able to mineralize. We need to kill the ads. We need to kill enemy authors and gargoyle. Fortunately, we do have a niche time, so we can do some stuff here. Icy Purge is great. On interruptions all out 4, that could be quite good. Deal damage equal to that. Retaliate, no. So it's either going to be this one. Oh my god, that kills both. Okay, good. So we're going to Icy Purge this. It's our turn to Icy Purge. Okay, thank goodness. Big shield, big damage, big hits. Big damage. Now Orthus, please finish the job on the gargoyle. Big. Okay, great. Okay, now we need to look at dealing with you. I think this is going to be a sidekick passive spell. We get double sidekick, which is great. What is that? Glacier Smash. What are you, Jotun? Oh, fuck. You have so much wind and water. 4 times by 10. 40 damage. Applies age to yourself. Oh god. We should be able to stop it thanks to our chemical charge. I'm going to use the whip. Good. Now we get our chemical charge. One crit would be huge here. Oh, let's go, baby. Thank you very much, Orthus. Huge. Okay, now we've done 270 damage. The hand is coming back online, so we need to knock out that hand immediately because the corruption is going to be painful otherwise. You fucking stole it, you dick. I don't really want to Stone Fist that, but we kind of have to. That is Wind, Earth. We're going to use Petra Spell on the hand because it triggers with the Earth. If we can avoid all corruption, that'd be great. If we have double sidekick, that's huge. And then what we're gonna do is swipe. Nice. That triggers the sidekick, huge. Orthus gets triggered, huge. Nice. And now we're free. Oh my god, okay, right. So, how do we do this? Terra, basic attack, you're gonna be fine. We can Stone Fist here. Do we Aethermancer with Steel? We steal with the whip. We just need to reduce the amount of ether he has because he has 8 ether already, which is disgusting. And then we can Stone Fist. So if it's going to heal, it's only going to be a little bit, which isn't too bad. Okay, that's Terra. That's not good. The double miss. Let's go, baby. Huge. The double miss is actually insane RNG. No! We were able to dodge, but thanks to the 15% evasion. Holy shit. Right, so how do we remove the Earth without using Earth? Header Spell plus Stone Fist seems to be the option. Orcus looking scary with Health of Terror. There's yeah, there's not much we can do. We can cleanse debuff from self, which is nice. We cleanse 2, which isn't much, but it's good enough for a hard day's work. Oh my god, that AoE spell for White Burn Wave is terrifying. What does Terra do? You kind of ignored it when you're playing. Okay, let me just quickly show you. Terra, the first hit of an incoming attack deals 1 additional damage with each stack of Terra, and is also converted to 1 damage. So, whatever it does to Orthus, it would do 10 extra damage. Yeah. And it consumes half those stacks. Yeah. Oh dear god. Oh dear god is the correct answer. We're gonna Stone attack, and then we're gonna hit this so that we're able to break. I'm so glad we have multi-hits. Nice. Big. Right, so now we can Alchemical Charge. This is the best that we can do for now. Alchemical Charge, please purge because you've got the burn, and then you're going to take some of that damage. Good. Nice. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, yes. Okay, so 7 poise damage left. 7 poise left. You have 12? Ow, ow. Oh my god. So Gargoyle was on full HP. It is no longer on full HP. Oh god. Well indeed. Yeah. Gargoyle lives. not even close, baby. Not even close, baby. Right, okay, so how do we do this? We need to kill all of you. So Burn Wave is looking really tasty here. We can kind of ignore everything and then look at Burn Wave. We have wind. We want wind. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, you're gonna smash Orthus. And that's gonna do 40 damage. That's going to do 49 damage, at least. I'm glad that it ended when it did. Don't worry, you get to enjoy this afterwards. We're gonna Snow Charm ourselves. Oh my god, it even gives a coffee. Holy crap. And then what we're gonna do is we don't need to heal Gargoyle yet. We do want to. You're gonna smash, you said. We're gonna smash it. But hopefully Gargoyle gets past it in this round. We're gonna see what we have with Unleashed. Purge to enemy ether. That can help. Icy Purge is insane. Dedicated healing. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at Icy Purge. So what we need is the additional damage. Now, honestly, I'm doing this with absolutely bare minimal meta progression. I don't even remember what I got. I don't think it was anything too crazy. Oh yeah, it was the plus 100 worthiness, which is wild. Bearing in mind that only now we're hitting worthiness 3 with Grimoire and Gargoyle, and Orthozon worthiness 2. What I really wanted to be able to do is apply everybody and give each other a shield, but we're not really able to do that. But I think that would be our best play. We're kind of looking at lethal here. Oh, a chemical charge actively kills. Wait. Icy Purge here. I think we have lethal. Oh my god. Oh, the double crit. You beast. Oh my god. GG's. Gaga finish the job with Mineralize, and then Grimoire finish him. A chemical charge. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Damage dealt 474 from Grimoire. 430 from freaking Authors, 256 from Gargoyle, support damage 169, actions prevented, boss bonus, ether generated. We generated so much ether, holy. Look at all the medals that everybody got. We did it. GG! Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Mementos. Oh my goodness gracious me. We're able to save everybody. Holy crap, that Grimoire damage across the entire run. 2,386. Gargoyle 1,200. Author's joining super late, but still able to get 534. Oh my. Oh my. It is a good time. We also got some kind of question mark at the bottom here. Do you see that? What happens now?